Nothing's changed. I mean, they talk about reducing homelessness, but this is what they send, is these guys.
Yeah, it's just this. It's just moving them around.
Right. Money well spent if you're poor. I mean, you know, after they're moved around, now they're illegal everywhere, automatic criminals. These guys got job security.
Yeah.
Mass incarceration is the momentum of thrust.
They are doing everything illegal here.
Would you like a copy?
Illegal! They are breaking the law. The law is being broken.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly liars.
Thank you. They have to have a decent procedure, the lawly procedure to remove anybody. So who doesn't want to move does not have to move. They have to give you legal procedure. Legal procedure. That's not how it works. Not in California.
Right. You signed up for services, right?
I never even got hot water from them. All I get is harassment. Harassment, bullying. No, I mean, you name it. I got everything that is. I've been here for 2.5 years and I've been down the road. I see what they do. This is all illegal.
So you can't break the law
You can't break the law to enforce the law. Where do you get that? It is illegal. This is not the law. Don't be bullied by people who are breaking the law to make the law. It is illegal. It is illegal.
We'll rationalize it, and you know, my friends, used to be council member Scott Davis is here. We can rationalize it, but in the end, he just has to follow orders. So, I mean, when we talk about reducing homelessness or the county doing any of that, sales pitch, $5 million for home key, you know, it's all for naught because we never really meant it. Now the shelter in place is over. Hey, do we still wear a mask at shelter in place? That means nobody's supposed to move, right? That means we should be following CDC guidelines. Why are we kicking anybody out? How are we doing anything towards reducing homelessness this way? In fact, we're creating it because there's a lot of folks in a home right now.
The law is not to intimidate. The law is to help. The law is to reach out. The law is to protect. But where's the protection? There is none. People want to hate. People want to talk. People want to be prejudiced. People want to do all that kind of stuff. The very people that you're supposed to look up to for help. The very people that you're supposed to go to for help. They break the law. They break it every day. And I'm going to write my letters today. Whatever the thing is, I'm calling everybody out. I'm not afraid. Nobody can intimidate me, and you all can't kill me. You can't shoot me, and you can't run me out of town. Because that's what y'all want to be done. You're breaking the law.
It's like it's a choice.
No, she don't give me no choice.
No, there is no choice in the matter.
Something tell them they have lots of money. Yeah, you know what? They're prejudiced against my parents. They're prejudiced against my parents. Every time they come around, they say this, they say that.
Give me a ticket, give me a tow, give me an arrest.
You all are breaking the law of God. Breaking the law. This is breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Didn't they promise people housing, services, relocation?
They keep lying. I told them the other day, I said, in order for you to move somebody, you have to have a place to move them. You have to have a place to relocate them. But they never did. Oh, you see that one right there? Last year she told me, oh, I said, isn't it the law that you have to take me and get me an eviction notice? Oh no, it's not the law. She told me that there last year. So now she hates me. She doesn't even speak to me because she knows I know my rights. I know the rights, and I will stand up for everybody here. Whether they're wrong or whether they're right. We all go through a lot of situation here. With me, I go through a lot, and I know the rest of people are going through a lot, and I have a little bit better mind. But the pain that you go through, and they see, this is what they come here to do. This is what we pay our tax money for them to come and do, to come and intimidate people who they don't think have a voice.
Where are you?
Who they don't think have a voice. I don't know how you feed your children and feed your wife and children with money that you use to intimidate people. You are breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Except the carbon footprint. This is insane. This policy of Monterey County is in
Monterey is cuckoo. They cuckoo here because they've been doing it for years
you
and
just
get
signed
away
up
with it. This is just history
So-
repeating
take a
itself.
paycheck for this.
This is history
You're a
repeating
terrible
itself.
example for your children.
History repeating
You're not
itself.
showing yourself.
This is
Oh, you're worried about my drop.
repeating
I'll
itself.
go 8 feet back.
History
And protect
repeating
your
itself.
safety.
You
Because
ought
you're
to be
so
ashamed of yourself.
concerned
You
about
ought to
your
be ashamed
safety
of
right now,
yourself.
aren't you?
And sorry, I understand you have
But
to
you
make
know,
up
are
the
you
rules
concerned about the
of who
safety of these
sent you
50
here.
people?
Call
You're-
Fletcher to come out here.
You're law
Call Tia
enforcement
Fletcher to
officers.
come out
You're
here.
supposed to keep people safe.
No.
That's your job description.
Yes.
And what are you doing? You're
Lies.
not making these people safe.
Lies, intimidation,
He's
bullying,
We were lied to.
harassment,
I don't live here. I'm an activist. I live nearby. I have a house.
lies.
I'm lucky.
Hate.
I can afford
Hate.
housing. These people cannot
Hate.
afford housing in this extremely expensive
Hate.
housing county.
Hate, a lot of hate. Because if you don't self-hate, you wouldn't be doing the things that you do to human beings. See, they don't know who I am, and they don't know where I come from. But you let the people tell you the amount of stuff that I've been through here. And it's been going on and on and on. Nobody has to move until they legally remove you. They have to take you to court.
Is everybody signed up for services?
It didn't matter.
But I'm saying, is
You're
everybody signed up for
you're-
services?
you're-
Right, they know that lady.
But not
You're
everyone.
Boom. Yeah, we should have immunity from sweeps. We asked for help. Where's the help? Is this the help?
For us, you're supposed to work for the people. We are the people.
Yes.
You're supposed to work for the people. We
Yes.
are the people.
Hey, you.
You're supposed to work for the people. We are the people. You're supposed to work for the people. We are the people. You're supposed to work for the people. We are the people.
Yes. Yes.
Protect these people.
They don't protect.
Right.
Liars.
Yeah, all for
Thieves.
contracts.
are
You have to clear the place for
Liars,
orphan
thieves.
productions.
Oh, yeah, the county came
There's
out.
different 15 people we're willing to halfway worry about while we get rid of 60 people right now.
To take one of these
That's what we consider caring.
and take it apart. And you both budgeted that, haven't you?
Thieves. Thieves
You
and
budgeted
liars.
how much it's going to cost
We
you
got
to
a
destroy these
birthright.
people.
We were born in this earth to be treated right.
Instead of housing them,
Housing.
Promises of housing.
spend money on yourselves.
No, but they can call.
And then talk
they can
mad
call-
smack about
they can
people, all
call tow
kinds.
trucks and move the. Let me tell you what happened last year with me. I'm gonna share this. I didn't know my rights yet. I was so sick.
Yeah, oh, dude, they're in the very, very back.
Let me tell you what happened.
Uh,
Marian used to just harass me every month, and I just lost my mind. And then I found out I went to a lawyer, and the lawyer told me said they can't do it. And when I come here, this one right there, he tells me, says, oh, that's not the law. I said, well, I'll tell you something. I'll wait for you to come. I promise this is a promise. Because I even called the courthouse, and they say your name is not there. They can't touch you because you were given consent to stay here. So they're breaking the law to cause problems.
hanging in there the best we
They're
can, you
breaking
know?
the law. They will have to take me to jail on my
I like what
personal
Sasha
right.
be saying,
But I'm
huh?
not
Step out
moving.
because that's
They
not good.
have to
At least give
legally
it a chance, you know what I
move
mean?
me out of
Don't
here.
come on in
30
72
days
hours and try to
notice,
rip
they take me
everybody
to
out.
court in
Dude,
front of
they
the
promised
judge.
to
And when the
relocate
judge
people.
said it's time to go,
That's what I want. I want the
when the
relocation.
judge said it's time for you to go, then that's the difference.
We're gonna get that
That's the
video
difference.
too, where the
But they're
staff said,
bullying.
"Oh, we're
This
gonna
is called
relocate you."
Full-time bullying.
So they don't get that direction without purpose.
I'm gonna come together and file a lawsuit
72
against
hours,
them.
there's no-
And the
no.
people here,
No,
I'm gonna
well,
do it by myself.
dude, 2 weeks,
Because
2
you
months,
can't
2 years,
live like
you ain't got no
this
place to
being
go. You
bullied.
ain't got nowhere to go.
Being bullied. I can't get well because I'm being bullied. Look at the general.
Where's Davis at?
In there. I went to the hospital 5 or 6 times because of it. You don't do nothing. This is bullying. This is more than injustice. This is worse than injustice. We're not going anywhere. You gotta do it the legal way. Gotta do it the legal way.
The county said that they were gonna look for another place. Lawrence Supa.
I don't make those decisions. You
I
know that.
know, I know. Well, I'm just telling you. I mean, it's just wrong the way
I like
the
the
staff
shirt.
does things, and then doesn't do things. Because there really was no. Oh, here we go.
Can I speak to you about the order of the vehicles? Have to go because there's.
I'm not that high up on
You
the.
may have heard the county had asked us to help with repairing the vehicles.
I don't do it on camera.
Well, I'm not an interview. I work for a nonprofit, that
Right.
represents the continuum of care.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
trying to interview. Wes, can you just for a second? I know. I just want to try to
All this process.
coordinate so people
Everybody's so scared about what, you know? I mean, come on. Public's business. Why is it got to be so private? Just the way we make decisions is maybe the problem. The people we take our orders from may be the problem. All the draw a paycheck. Hey, at least your family's safe. You concerned about these folks at all? No, just my paycheck. Because you should have prevented this from even happening, code enforcement. You should have prevented this from even happening.
You got a big old Christmas bonus coming so that you could be all having a happy Christmas, right?
If one of these folks die, man, you guys are going to be in real big trouble.
Yeah, and it might be me. I'm barely hanging on. I'll come and hunt every one of them while they're having sex.
You know, and really it's your supervisors. It's your higher ups. And you don't ever argue or question anything they do, and that's part of the problem.
It's like George Floyd, you know, they had the bad cops and the good cops, and the good cops got in trouble with the bad cops because we're tired of good cops turning blind to what's illegally being done to the public.
Disappointing.
You know. None of these have balls.
I find it sad, very sad. Because honestly, they don't know anything. They just know smash and grab. That they do know. Disappointed. Well, I mean, next week will be Pajaro River. So, you know, I mean, Dave Murphy, he said he was going to keep it in communication, but never did, except for the notice. So I'm kind of disappointed with Sergeant Murphy as well. He got that patrol out there. I don't know, man. What else does go on? I've just got stress in my life. If I quit this shit, I could retire, man. I'd love to retire from this. I just wish there wasn't so much need. You know, I mean, honestly, this is administrative. This all happened administratively.
Officers are supposed to work for the people. We are the people. Law enforcement is supposed to work for the people. We are the people. We have paid our taxes when we had jobs. Jobs let us go because they had their own problems.
So much for shelter in place. I mean, everybody wearing masks. We all gotta be careful. But now that I'm not afraid that you'll kill me, you gotta go. Good morning. Should have been preempted. Shouldn't have happened. There's no reason for this. This isn't housing. This is causing more homelessness. We're gonna make people a lot poorer.
Hence outreach. Got to keep outreaching to them.
Where are we supposed to go?
Wait, outreach to what? I mean, this is already, to sign up for a program, what does this program do? It makes you like, hold you up by the nose. I mean, how are you gonna breathe? I mean, it's not 7 to 7. So kill these 60 people for 15 people we're contracted for. That's painful, man. I mean, how do you decide that? Because money decides it?
What I meant like keep outreaching is if when they do get dispersed, you keep outreaching to them and try to help them.
We had 6 months to do that though. And what did we do in that 6 months?
Got EHVs done,
Right.
IDs, registrations.
and those folks that are still being placed, not yet placed, are now going to be displaced before they can get in. Is there any immunity for them? You know, some safe sanction, somewhere they can park? I mean, we chose not to create any solutions because all we wanted was problems. In a large way, and it's not your fault. It's the administration's fault. It's going to be McKee. It's going to be your supervisors. It's going to be, you know, all that staff rolling down the line. It's going to be Bernal in a piece of this too. All these department heads that decide what are we going to do with these folks. They're not thinking about these folks at all. They're thinking about what it's a problem. We just need to get rid of them. How do we? You know, that's when we say a homeless problem. Well, which problem is it? Is it the problem that they're there, or the problem that they need help?
We go somewhere and we keep down.
And the problem invariably becomes, we just want them gone. We'll put the Band-Aid on it, and you guys come in. Which is why I turned down that job altogether, because I'm not doing this. I don't see how. This should have been preempted. People need to be placed, relocated. Lawrence Hu and Supa even said so on video. I'm going to get that, you know, because this is criminal what's happening. People make a decision. It's a criminal decision. Oh, but whose dirty hands are going to wash my dirty hands? Every jurisdiction does this. Who's most responsible for people in this county? It's going to be the county of Monterey. And since they're not going to be responsible, that gives every other jurisdiction a green light. Hey, go ahead and rack them out, you know. That's an oversized vehicle. Take it. Bye-bye, home. Bye-bye, life. You know, a lot of these folks got pets, too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know. I'm always in a piss-off mood. Sorry about that.
If people can't be here, then where can they go to be safe?
Did you make progress?
Well, these two, they're both going to be here until today, so I asked them to leave them alone and do their mask. They said
As well as Wildfire, and Wildfire said she's not leaving until everybody else is gone.
No, I know. I know. I know. We were talking for a long time last night.
What's really scary is that, you know, still, like, even where they land, every jurisdiction is going to take it. So, you know, the county set everybody up for failure, which to me seems like a criminal offense. How are we reducing homelessness doing this? If we still wearing masks, everybody is shelter in place still. Just because California reopened doesn't mean that we can just go crazy. No. Stephanie, knock it off.
I don't hit her now. I'm going to hit her later. I'm hitting her back. They better do something because I'm going to hit her back. When they come to my window and make noise, I don't go out there and hit nobody. I do not go out there and hit nobody. Yes. When they come out there and make noise, that's one night and what they do. I never hit anybody. So I'm hitting her back. I hope y'all know that. Look at me. I'm hitting her back. Yes, I'm going to hit her back. If I hit her today, I'm hitting her back. Look for the shit I'm going to do. Come over here. Come over with it.
Streets are creating us to turn on each other. That's what their directive is to split us up and turn against each other. See what they're doing.
We are back. See,
tearing us down every way they can.
Okay. We are here. We didn't commit no crime. We did not commit any crime. There's no
other than not being able to afford rent. Well, did you pay your protection money? Then here comes the mob.
No crime committed. No crime committed. No crime committed.
We have not committed a crime other than being poor.
Injustice.
Fight poverty, not the poor.
A crime other than being poor.
Injustice.
Some of us had 3 jobs and couldn't make the rent. You guys need to concentrate on the state of California. Lowering the living costs.
Injustice.
Rents are too high.
money it take to do this morning? They could have given it to somebody or give it to 2 people to get help. But they don't want that. No. 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 Injustice. 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 It's raw. The injustice is so raw you could cut it with a knife. Injustice. 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 Listen to that. That's why you have to listen to it. That is illegal. That's what you are supposed to be out here doing.
We're together. That's what we need. Try to help people, not make them criminals. They need housing, not a jail cell.
It's hard.
Come on, everybody struggles. If you ain't got 2 people working in a family, it's gonna be hard to pay that rent. You gotta make 3 times the amount. I'm more than sure a lot of you guys know how it is. Let's not act like if we're not struggling, because we all do it.
Overloaded my brain this morning.
There's gonna be so much drama happening here in a minute. Everybody's trying to be jovial and cool before the store.
Robert back, I want you to talk to him.
Robert Norris. He's pretty good for encouraging too, I think.
No. And they even, I talked to Marina this morning, she said that 2 folks, they got like mechanic coming today. I said, I'm not sweating.
All night.
I got all day.
We do too.
You know what I mean? But it's, I'm not meaning it in that manner. But you know what I mean? I've been here every day this week. And I know who has got kind of like that wants to try. And then there's those that don't.
Okay.
Right?
There's
ultimately,
Remember this one that got the gas?
right? We all have a long history of relationships, right?
We do.
And I think I've always been fair.
Yes, you have.
So at least I try and be fair and be personable, but unlike some of the others, right?
Send it back up to the line.
Well, I try, but my line only goes so far, right, Wes? You
Unfortunately, but not far enough.
I push as hard as I
can
go, and sometimes, and you know what? We're all
right. Well, I mean, this shouldn't have happened this way. In the board discussion, there should have been, well, what's going to happen to these folks? No, I don't know. Should not have been an acceptable answer.
Take this man away from you for 5 minutes, please.
And you and I, we could have that same conversation like we always do all the time, right?
No,
right?
well, no, because you're getting paid, going to sleep, doing it again every day. So this is just another day in the life to you. This is for other people's lives.
No, actually, it's not. Because this has been for 5 years.
It's the same people.
You're right.
So how are we reducing homelessness?
Right. So let me finish with.
These are the nice folks that are helping us out here. They're the future. They're the future. They're fighting for their future as well. Because they see what they're doing to us. And the cost of living is high. They're going to be your next homeless people if we do not take a stand right now. Do you want your future kids to face what we're facing today? I don't. They're not even my kids. But I have the faith in our future generation. Please, don't let them become homeless. This is our future. This is why we're fighting. We're fighting for us right now, and we're fighting for the future so that people don't become homeless. Thank you. This is our future. These kids are our future. If we don't stop this right now, they'll be homeless. So will their kids. Because of the high cost of living in California. Human beings trying to live. We need to make a stand here. We need to make a stand now.
Yes. Thank you. Your kids are going to stop.
I thought it was against the law to bully people, but I guess you can when you're homeless. Excuse me, Desmond. Bullying is against the law. People are already signed up for services, waiting for the process. Where are they to go while they're waiting When you put a number, cut up. Wherever you go, you're going to say, please.
Here I come, Kim. Get naked, lady.
People don't want to be a sight for sore eyes. They get kids, they got campers. Now you don't want them in here. Pretty soon you say, go get an apartment, get a house.
Exactly. That dude right there is he's a mobile repair mechanic, and he's helping everybody out for free, just charging the county for parts, but not his time.
Come on, Monterey County. Where's the clipboards? Where's the people with the resources? People need a safe place to be.
We're still sheltering in
Must be
place.
nice to have job security, but anything can happen from one day to the next. You end up being in a tent, in a camper. Don't think it can't happen to you. Homelessness does not discriminate. People are supposed to feel safe around law enforcement. Not supposed to feel like they're being bullied. Bullying is a crime. Can't believe it. People, you gotta go, but let me check your license and your registration first. Gotta make sure I can take everything you got before you leave.
Still a few people trying to get placed. They're set up for housing and everything, but they're not in. Like wildfires still flying and everything. The process takes really a long time. She's been out of for 2 or 3 months already.
Yeah.
So that's, how come? What happened to relocating people before eviction?
I'm not involved in all the arenas as far as this is involved. I was directed to handle trying to clear this out for the new occupants, and we've given all the resources that were made available for me to provide.
Right. And that's reasonable. But it was all Lauren, Sue, and Supa said they were going to relocate people. That's almost like second or third win from McKee. It should be. I don't see. And then shelter in place too. We still wear masks.
It's no longer shelter in place.
No, California reopened, but yet do we still wear masks?
It's going to take it. It's going to take something.
So are we still scared of the virus? But we're no longer scared that they're going to make us sick? Is that the reason? It's really weird because it's still shelter in place. People still have to wear it. We just instituted the mask mandate with the county.
Do it again if you don't stand up.
So how is this proper? CDC guidelines. Oh, they're just guidelines. They're not the law.
We don't.
We say we have all kinds of money to help house people, yet this is the service we're spending it on.
Come back with a better life. I wish I could give you a appropriate answer to that. I don't have it.
Because it's bullying.
I've been in this arena for so long.
This
it's only
isn't-
gotten worse. And
Yeah,
don't make
I'm
me
gonna sit
cry.
down.
This
Go- go
is
sit down.
heartbreaking.
It's my-
This is heartbreaking, but I can.
I'm gonna drink some water.
Yeah, in 2017, the same folks. Lapis Road, don't worry, we'll take care of you. Here's 15. Bye-bye, everybody else. And it's only gotten the same people, and luckily, right, they stay licensed, insured, and registered and all that. But, and they're desperate to do anything they can to be legitimated, be validated, please, somehow. How does that happen? That's all anybody's begging for. Is that really a hard beg?
I totally hear you. I understand. There's nothing that I can do.
I know, yeah.
I just can't.
So it's an overwhelming attitude, but in those boardroom decisions, those department head meetings, when they decide, well, we're going to do it on the 8th and the 12th, and that's just the way it is. What has happened to these people? Well, we contracted for 15 other people, so these folks don't matter because there's no money associated with them.
That's not it. I would say that we would like for those who are at this location to participate in compliance with the guidelines for the city. That's all I can speak to. That's all I can speak to.
And, you know, back to either private land or public land, you know, I mean, where do they belong or do they not belong? I mean, it's just a serf and nobility.
We have been looking for the property before Lapis, since Lapis,
Still nothing.
daily,
Right.
and
Right.
everywhere that we have as far as proposed as potential, people are like, no.
But then this is still the answer, and it's not an answer because all we're trying to do is destroy everybody's property so then we can leave them homeless. Because that's the only objective to all this. I don't see any other conclusion. If we're not trying to relocate them, we're not trying to house them. We're actually trying to ignore them, hope they hurry up and die. And what really worries me is that one or two of these little old ladies is gonna. And if they end up in the hospital or something, there's gonna be hell to pay. You better realize. I'm not happy. I'm gonna be jumping and dying, so I'm gonna go after somebody. A few somebodies. Because this should not be happening right now. It really shouldn't. What kind of promise we talk about reducing homelessness? That's bullshit. Give that money back. People need to go to jail for lying.
Well, I guess it's going to get towed out of here.
Because we don't mean it. We don't mean any of it. Oh, well, we'll save 5 of you, but 900 you can go to the gas chamber. Walk the plank, shark-infested waters, you know. Can't wait, because watch, I mean, every single one of these vehicles, they're going to get towed and repoed. The tow companies don't want them. It costs them $3,000 just to dismantle them. So it's a loss. They don't want them. You know, what are we so jealous of? $1 million homes, hey, we see the ocean, get out of here, you know? That's all this is. The dudes suck it up and they're all happy. Got $1 million assholes over here driving 80 miles an hour down the Eviction all the time now. Down the Sea Haven. You know? And they're all entitled little pricks over there. They don't belong here. Good. Is this a line for services?
If the county gets away with this too many times, future generations is in trouble. If we let the county get away with this all the time, future kids are in trouble.
What's the line for?
I don't know. I lost my key.
They say it's for a $50 gas card.
Oh, fantastic.
They say that we are guilty of being homeless.
Hey, Nick. Morning.
Are you working hard?
Hardly working at the moment, but always good to see you, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, this is kind of a historical event, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, broken promises, that's really serious. The court doesn't like that.
Yeah, I'm going to get that video, too. I'm going to get it. And Roxanne is here as well. Roxanne with the homeless service providers, right there in that brown long shirt. She's a point person to make sure to help protect you. If you think you're under stress and like don't get me next, she should be able to block them from doing that to you.
Okay, I don't feel that yet until I see that flatbed, and I know it's a nightmare trying to get them, because on a real, as a regular person, trying to get a tow truck for my truck is like pulling teeth. Sometimes I wait days for them to have one available, because it has to be a big flatbed, because mine's a quad cab, a long bed, and like 8 tons. So.
Hey, maybe they'll just have to lag on yours for a couple days.
That would be great, but I want to be out of here before then, because I don't want to push.
Do you have a place where you figured out to go?
Kind of, sort of, my little go-between spot, you know, between being able to find places. You know, nobody owes me anything, but I'm grateful for the time that they do allow me to stay, and I understand that it's not me personally that they're kicking out. It's the garbage that they're kicking out. It's the BS that they're kicking out. The fact that people are acting like that they are owed something that they're kicking out. They don't want that. People are starting to disrespect, and they see that. If we can all keep our stuff contained and clean and respect it as if it was our home, do some vacuuming once in a while. You know, take out your trash. Don't leave it by your door.
Code enforcement. I remember that lady from Lapis Road, Monterey Road.
Yeah, that
so
one?
that's I remember that from 2017.
Yeah.
You know, 4 years they've been chasing the same folks.
Yep.
And you're still chasing.
Same folks still remember her too.
Yeah. You know,
so what is Roxanne's role in this?
Roxanne is the executive director of the Coalition of Homeless Service Providers. So the Coalition of Homeless Service Providers is the point contact for the county's continuum of care. and they're the ones that end up with all the state and federal money to distribute.
Okay.
So basically, they're here to help, and she tries really hard. It's the administration of business, because profit over people, that she's up against, and we constantly lose over. Because there's a thrust, unanimity, which is the whole point of why I try to get everybody registered to vote too. Because if you did have a homeless voting block, even if you didn't vote, if you did have a homeless voting block, at least on paper, it looks like we got some weight. And our punch isn't just a feather.
For sure.
And so what she's doing here today is making sure the folks got gas cards. CSUMB is going to do the same. It's probably it probably got distributed from the county to CSUMB to do the gas cards. But she's a point person for that, and she's going to make sure that any vehicles that are stalling, are not the first to be towed. So we'll see how that works, because that's basically everybody. What are you going to tell them?
This is stressful.
This is more stressful because what do you do with these rigs? You can't put them anywhere. They're not allowed anywhere on the board. They are not. And so, what are they gonna do? Oh well, it'll become some other jurisdiction's problem. Probably not the sheriff's though. And that's why the county is mainly concerned about. Make it some other jurisdiction's problem. Then they can spend the money.
Just like what Salinas does.
Yes. Yeah.
People are really in disarray. I'm asking people where they're going to go, and they're just shaking their head and saying, I don't know.
Right. That's above their pay grade.
Yeah, there is some resistance. There's one Jamaican woman who says that she's not moving. She said she's talked to a lawyer and that they have to physically evict her from this spot. And she might be using tenant law. Landlord-tenant law.
They have been here well over a year.
So what is the number? 28 days or something is you establish tenancy?
Squatter's rights? I don't know.
What's that? I'm trying to see if there's any kind of movement to just have a whole bunch of people refuse to move, or whether it's just a solitary stand on her part. Right now, the mood, some people are considering it, and some people are just running around trying to get their shit together and get out of here. And there's a mechanic who's been here all night long trying to fix people's rigs. And an actual angel.
Yeah, there's been a few people drive away.
A few people have driven away, but most people are still here.
Like on paper to justify
Yes. Yeah, more or less everyone who could leave has left.
No, I'd say most people are taking excess junk out of their vehicles, and they're packing things up, and they're preparing to move, but it's pretty much they're really, I don't see anyone here that's going to move until the sheriff will come and say, okay, move or be arrested. So, it's not, it's probably going to be going on all day. From what I understand is they are 15 new people, and none of the people here would qualify for that, because they're all lawbreakers and for trespass. Their crime was staying here 24 hours, and I guess another crime was the 16th person on. The program was only for 15, and so once the 16th vehicle came, they were a lawbreaker, and now they've been officially warned, notified that they're public nuisances as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have to take me to the because I'm not leaving. Whatever whichever way they push the law, they're not to do it.
Well, not today versus last week or the week before. There's no imminent threat to health and safety. If anything, Shelter for 50 People provides for the health and safety of these 50 people. That they have a shelter, that there are people who go to work every day.
Well, they're just making it easier for me to work right now. You understand? So really, I don't keep them not fighting here.
I would say a fourth or a fifth of them. From, we did a needs assessment about a month ago and got pretty much everyone participated in that. It was a pretty successful effort to identify who's there and what their situation is.
You can imagine, in all of these things, there was no supervision, there was nothing. Okay? So you know what you can
Well, if it's anything like the safe parking program that was designed in 2017, when they kicked everyone out off of Lapis Road, then that would be that they would have to, they couldn't come in until 7 o'clock at night, maybe it's 6. And then they have to leave at, they come in at 7, they leave at 7 in the morning. And they'd have to just be somewhere else all day. They're not allowed to have any visitors while they're here. I think they check whether they have any criminal record. They can't have any outstanding warrants or anything like that. And of course they have to income qualify. And then there's probably, after you do all that criteria, then you get on a waiting list. And they pick 15 off that waiting list.
We're here seeing the same book.
Gloria Nieto, I think. Yeah, I think she's generally been kind of like the quasi-homeless rep for the county. I guess she's on a bunch of boards or something. I don't know her. I met her once or twice.
No money. I'm a private example. Back to somebody's office. I don't have a shop now. I have a shop now that I'm going to right now. I don't have a shop now. So I will go to the shop now. They're trying to silence me. It's not like there's some people who are overputting somewhere. And they need to be separated. But also you don't separate it. You show them love. You show them love. And if they don't take it, then you show compassion. Especially when they get paid to go. I don't get paid to go. There were less restrictive laws around the city than parking RVs.
Well, there had been in Salinas, for instance, there was no ordinance. But when a lot of the RVs went to Salinas to park, then they passed their own anti-RV ordinance. So that's, 4 cities in Monterey County have, you can't park a vehicle over a certain axle size on a public street.
How about the county authorities? Most of Monterey County is not.
It makes them mad. It makes them sick to their stomach. Because
there's huge rural areas of Monterey County. It's a really big county.
And they're saying, what the man told me?
I don't know, potentially people could really go off on some wild country road and find a little spot where they could be unmolested for a time. But it doesn't seem that the tenor is that Monterey County. It's pretty much more on the board going on here. Between the business interests, the wealthy property people who are really sick of seeing people. And because people have been so much more visible since the pandemic,
Wait a minute. You think I'm gonna let them get away?
they say, oh, geez, homelessness is getting so bad. No, it's always been bad.
I'm gonna do what I have to do. But you see, everybody's sure about it.
I'm wondering if the county officials who are doing this are claiming to the media or saying to themselves or saying to the victims that, you know, from plenty of places to go to the county, there are plenty of places here that aren't banning vehicles. That we have no intention of banning vehicles, so we have our fingers crossed for him. You say that. Is this legal? Is there using them? You say one humanitarian argument that convicting people with no place to go.
Part of the problem, I think, is that the coastal office's parking lot is so remote from any other part of the community. There are no businesses close by, there are no residents close by, it's not on any kind of beaten track. So most of the community doesn't know it's here. And that's kind of how it's been able to last this long, because there hasn't been this hue and cry from the community to do something about that public nuisance, you know, that's developing because Jane Parker and now Wendy Root Askew are just bleeding heart liberals and don't know how to say no to, you know, their compassion is just, you know, causing problems all around. So, you know, Wendy is definitely outgunned on the Board of Supervisors. But the sheriff is a big factor here. Just never has liked homeless people, never been on the side of humanity or forced to do these public health things because of the pandemic and the shelter-in-place provision, which I know, you know, you guys up in Santa Cruz used that to good effect to allow people not to be chased around. Looks like open season on homeless people in Monterey County today. That's what it looks like to me.
So Roxanne is working on I got approved for 2 weeks at a motel because they wouldn't supply a power battery for me to run my nebulizer. And so they said, well, we don't have that, but we'll put her up in a motel for a couple of weeks.
Well, at least they're making sure you don't die, so that makes me happy. But what about your rig? Does your rig get to come too?
They're gonna see if I can park it at the hotel.
Okay. Tow truck, probation. I want to capture some people. I want to go to jail today. Here I am. Nothing of the kind? You just want to know that they're expired?
Well, probably.
That gal Sasha is the one to watch. She says she's not leaving. So she said you're going to have to fuck her up.
God wants her to say that.
Oh, well, she's already resisted and won a couple other times. You know, they fought them off. Today is the day. I mean, we fought them off a couple times. Fought them off in May. We fought them off in September, and then now.
Is that why they've got a lot of lawmen right by her?
I think they're
women to come by. It's not going to look right.
No, that's not going to be good.
And she's roster right there. She's Jamaican, and everything about her rig right there. You know.
Yeah, strong. She's strong. I talked to her for a little bit. She's got her stuff together. So
And somebody, you see, so there goes one already. You know, how does it look better? Because we killed some people? I mean, honestly, that's about the only way. We're trying to bury them alive.
Yeah.
You know, steamroll them right over, clean up. You know,
yeah, no, this doesn't serve anyone. It serves political purpose is what I view it as.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I worked on political campaigns that, you know, this is exactly up the alley for what someone would want to do.
Oh, and especially the way politics works, right? Because they bullshit us for a month. Oh, we'll relocate you.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, right on. Finally, thank you, about time.
Yeah.
Liars.
Liars.
You know.
Didn't they say until December? That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, they said they were going to relocate people, and they weren't sure how long it would take, anything like that.
Unless you want to get proof all over you, I don't suggest being on here.
Code Enforcement Officer Perez has arrived to be the third enforcement official here. Jasmine.
Right, no name tag. Name and badge number.
S. Davis and Estrada. A. Estrada and S. Davis. I can talk to you.
I know, looks like he's doing good.
She did not give her consent to have her black water pumped. They're doing that direct violation of her express lack of consent. They have violated her consent, right? She's upset, and it looks like they might, I don't know, it looks like they might be ready to take her into custody.
Yeah, well, anything that's going to be towed, they want to be interviewed first. So at this point, they're considering everything their property, the county's property. Davis and Estrada and Perez from the county. It's a possibility. I mean, you know, Sasha's kind of volatile. She's elderly in a walker, and you know she's
interrupt constructing process. Look at this! She's trying to stop her shit because she didn't give permission.
Look at that! I don't even have a way to walk.
Black water tank on her leg.
Look at this! You guys see this? Look at this! Look at this! This is black water. Look at this!
Quite irate.
Look at this! Look at this, guys! Look at this! Look at this! You stay there! Both of you go back and stay there! You both go back and stay there! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! You go back and stay over there!
Our brave SWAT members are
you see that? Harassment!
Successfully extracted.
Yes! Illegally extracted my poop! Illegally extracted my poop and my DNA! This is illegal! I did not give consent! This is illegal!
I'm a witness. She did not give consent.
I said no consent!
She said no consent. She said leave my rig
alone. Touch my vehicle! No consent! No consent! Do not touch my vehicle!
Completed their task of illegally seizing her poop and
touching her vehicle. She did not want anyone touching her vehicle for any reason.
Are they assisting those people right there with their camper? You guys be clear.
No.
That one. I hope you sleep well tonight. I'm gonna be praying for you.
Another one. They got another tow truck right there, and they got that flat truck
I
still.
asked them if they were helping these people move their camper out of here.
Bring the
No.
car for
Be in a
me.
safe place, they don't lose it. She said,
Bring the car for me, Davis.
Whoa, who is
got
she?
you guys.
The police officer.
Young?
Got you.
Yeah, I asked her, it's gonna, yeah.
Davis and Estrada. Wearing my tax money uniform, having guns walking around like you all tough. Put on the guns.
Depends on what you mean by safe.
Hey.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Community service right there.
Why you gonna be so nice to me anyway? You know you've been cheating me out.
If I give you bad attitude, then what's that for me? And what's that for you? We're just creating a situation.
You know I like you. You know that. Meaning, I'm not in love with you.
I know.
I like you.
I know, but I'd rather give you positive vibes than negative vibes. You know what I mean? So if we're going through this situation,
You know what? I'm gonna do right by you because you know what? You're cool. And you're cool with me. So I'm gonna give you the key.
Okay.
But don't run me over, okay?
I won't, ma'am. I won't. I promise.
Okay? I'm needing him to crank up the car. I need somebody to get the battery and crank it up here, and I'll get the car out of here.
Sounds good.
That's what I've been trying to do, but his battery's in the truck, and we can't get over. So if you get somebody to crank it up,
Down right there too.
yeah, we'll move them out of here.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being nice.
You got it, man.
Illegal! Harassment! Bullying! Inhuman!
Human people.
Yes! Wicked! Cruel! Jealous! History repeats itself! People won't be.
Do you put this on like your YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna subscribe.
Oh, John Doe 13K, 2 words.
Yeah, and you ran for mayor, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because I voted you.
Oh, right on,
Yeah. I was hoping.
You know, the sad part is some of these folks have been here, you know, like the county's seen them before. And it's the same thing. They've gone through like 7 or 8 different spots that they've been at for the last 4 years. And then they all end up back on the county property. And the county's like, don't worry, we'll take care of you. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now here's the same way they're going to take care of you right now.
Yeah.
So Ed Fry, he's an attorney. Ed Fry is willing to give some advice to this group. He's willing to talk to anybody who represents the group.
Well, Wildfire's a good choice. Bella, in fact, you know, we might be able to wrap up 3 or 4 together if you want to talk right now.
Working together to make a difference.
Or later.
Yeah, he sounded open. He didn't say later on.
Okay, well, yeah, call him then. You know, we can round up a couple ladies right now.
Who else?
Wildfire and Bella and, you know,
maybe
this dude Rico's all right.
who's Rico?
That dude right there in the 87. And,
Oh yeah, no, I think he's the one.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, you tag a few folks and you know. Yeah, call him back. Call Ed and see if he's got time.
We should also give a call to John Will. Yeah. Could we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's ready to go. It's just a matter of getting it.
Oh, I thought this was not going to get towed. Maybe just jumped or something.
Well, somebody called White is running for an important job. He better be good, man.
Oh boy.
No, part of it's upside down, but I guess that's what he's saying. He can flip.
Some politician does.
His brain
Verbal
still
gymnastics.
works when he's upside down.
Works even better, huh? The blood flows faster. I think they brought the patrol car in case they needed to put it away. That's what I think. That's what I think.
But I'm not gonna win it.
And this guy,
Yeah, I thought it was culture. And it's the same now. I know every last one of that.
Oh, I mean, he has a business.
I read the Bible over 10 times. I read the Bible 10 times over. 10 times over. I don't have to tell you that. You're being sarcastic. Yeah, you're being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic. That's why I'm not answering. Well, that's true. That is true. I'm dyslexic, so I'm correct. I feel like that's what you're doing. I feel
You might want to move out of the way.
But if you're also throwing out accusations, I can never not any guy to jump on one in my life.
Let me tell you something. You want to know something? You want to share something? I have been beaten several times. Well, I know that you did, but it was because of people, because of my disability, and I wasn't able to understand what was going on.
But I will tell you this, if I was there, I would take it easier.
Would you? Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Because you know what? That hurts. And by thinking about it, when you didn't do anything, I never drink, I never smoke, I never did drugs. And I never been in any kind of trouble. Shasha.
I need a jump start?
No.
That won't work?
Yeah.
Work together to make that difference. Keep it possible. Safe place to be at night.
Where's Roxanne?
Oh my God, look at all the stuff they got. Take the walls down at your house and we have a safe.
Help! Help! I'm a disabled woman and they're trying to hurt me! Help! 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 Help!
There you go.
Help! Help! Help!
Ma'am, be careful.
Help! Help!
Hey, that's good.
What are you doing?
You squeeze my
Monterey County.
No! You're squeezing my hand with it.
Shasha!
It's hurting me!
Hey, hold on a second. Shasha! What are you going to do?
Help! Help!
Roll her over.
He's squeezing my hand with this. He's hurting me.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Help!
Community working together. This is us making stronger communities. Building a stronger community. This is how we do it. This is how we treat our displaced people.
You're squeezing the thing
This
with
woman
my...
is homeless, and this is what she gets because she wants to have a place to stay. Women become victims at night.
I can't breathe.
But hey, get out of here anyway.
No, oh God. I can't breathe.
You can have a safe place tonight in Monterey
I
County
can't
Jail.
breathe.
Standing up for the
I
right.
can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Our
Yes.
city is ready to
Oh
put people
God,
indoors.
yes.
This is what we
I can't breathe.
Look at this. Can you imagine?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Search.
I can't
That way, because that could be you.
I can't
Move fast.
breathe. I can't breathe.
Get out of the way, because
I
he's
can't
an
breathe.
armed
I can't breathe. Help me somebody. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh God. Oh God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. My body hurts. Oh, my whole body hurts. You're pressing on my body and it hurts.
This is how Monterey County treats for her
So we all deserve a right to be treated like human beings, right? This is our safe place. We're working together.
All right.
Be strong.
Other way, so you don't get hurt.
This lady is fighting for a right to someplace safe.
We'll be okay.
People have a right to housing.
Service right here. These are the resources that have.
All she's trying to do is protect her home and her
We're
livelihood.
gonna give her a safe place to be tonight. Dead and free meals.
My body hurts.
What is she gonna be complaining about, right?
And not my back.
This is what we deserve. This is what we get.
I have an ambulance coming for you, okay? Because you asked for it. All right?
So they have an ambulance coming for her, but in the meantime, they'll get ready to prepare to take the property from her.
That's all they, yeah, that's why she's next already. That's why. That's why they pull this car over, contending they're going to take her.
It hurt too much. I need to shift. I need to shift. My body's hurting.
Where would you like to move to?
Inside her house.
I don't think being on your stomach.
She just wants to go home.
Did she hit somebody? Did
No,
assault
she tried to get
somebody?
inside the door.
Oh, she tried to get into her own camper.
Into her own house. Well, it's the county's property now.
Oh, it's the county's property.
You want to lay on your stomach? You can roll over to your stomach here, okay?
We just stay in seized it, steps.
This is how we treat them. Taxpayer dollars, this is how we treat them.
How would you like me to put you?
And my stomach.
pain and suffering. Good job, Monterey County Sheriffs. My,
Over on the
you're
other
so
side?
talented here.
Just that? Okay.
She's already
Keep talking to me, okay?
I don't want to talk to you. Squeeze his head.
She's been waiting.
Going there to get HUD.
See, they're gonna pull it right now. Here they come.
You have to remain homeless to get HUD houses. But this is what they do.
You got a little scrape on your head.
Fighting for housing.
I don't understand how this reduces homelessness.
Shame on her. For one.
Yo, this is false advertisement. I want a refund.
Yeah.
Our city can't give us housing, but hey.
You don't have to treat her like
It might not be her own key, but she'll be.
Well, she tried to defend her home, so she goes to jail.
This is what your job description is.
Right? This is 30-40% of cops' day is dealing with people outside. Too poor to afford rent.
We treat our people. When you don't have what the rest of people have, that's how you get treated.
Yep, and here they come. They're taking the rig anyway. They just want to add insult to injury right now.
Oh God.
Other communities like this, safe with law
Is there
enforcement.
another way I can help you?
Really stronger communities. Not scared. Bullying is a crime.
You're poor, you gotta be on the run.
Not to bully people, but yet we can do it.
Especially we have the right
How would you like
to
to be
remove it.
positioned? How would you like to be positioned?
But it's the county's property
How
now.
about I try to sit you up, okay?
I can't sit up. My body hurts.
You want to lay over on your left side?
Well, I guess that's a start. She's down. You're gonna help her get up a little bit.
Oh,
So not
well,
go right
they already got her anyway. Take her in the hospital and.
Really should just take the handcuffs off and let her go. I mean, come on, you know.
Oh, they'll let her go after they take the rig. They'll let her go right into the jail.
Her furiously trying to
They said they weren't here to arrest anybody.
with her walker. That was pretty aggressive.
Okay, you want to move over to the left side, okay? Let's turn over to your left side. Okay? And I'll get you
She wants to go into her training. No.
Just want to go home.
They're gonna
Oh
have.
God, my head. This thing is too tight. I tell you, it's cutting off my hand. No, it's not so loose. I can't scratch me.
I don't know how you like me to help you out and put you somewhere. Okay, dear? What position would you like for me to help put you in? If you want to go on your right side, maybe?
Where do we take a city that?
Well, you lack experience in attacking disabled women and handcuffing them and taking their custody. You can't do that without hurting them. I mean, why would you do it? When she went into the rig, that was her crime?
You're out in the open so they get judges the way they're out.
What kind of crime is that? That's a good crime, going into a rig.
This is called
I mean, we're all trespassing here now, right? Why don't you arrest me? I'm trespassing on property. I'm not asking to be, but I'm just saying, what did she do that I didn't have? Why did you pick on her? Other than she was being very vocal and refusing to leave. I think it's her right to refuse to leave. If she refuses to leave, why don't you just skip the rig and go on to the next one?
That's what they should have done.
Yeah, that's what they should have done. But, oh no, they're going in a grid.
We're so powerful, we're just going to come up the line, one after another. You're next, lady.
Yeah, so she's next. So now you got her. So now we're waiting for an ambulance. Interesting. Well, maybe the EMTs can handle her better than the sheriffs can. We can only hope. Oh, here's the ambulance. Oh, we get the whole show going here. Yeah. Crimes against humanity. You know, I didn't know I was going to witness a crime like this.
Do they know that you have to remain homeless on the street to get housing? This is how we get treated. They need to train salons for that housing. You have to do this to get housed.
Who's in charge here? I'd like to file a complaint.
I had to go through this to get housing.
I'd like to file a complaint. Who's in charge here?
The ball guy right there is a lead officer.
Complaints will go through me and you'll do that online.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
The complaints will go through me and you can do that online.
All right.
What's the website address?
You and your criminal stance here. This is a crime against humanity. This is a human being.
What, do you know the webpage to file a complaint?
Empowering her to go into a rig, which is done like a million times.
Thanks for the help. Sounds like you don't really want to help at all.
After they tackled her and handcuffed her, then she said, I can't breathe. She didn't start out saying, I can't breathe. I mean, don't let these cops cover their ass now and say that this is somehow some legitimate ambulance.
Ma'am, they're trying to render aid. Why don't you let them?
Yeah, aid. Am I stopping? I don't think I'm stopping. I don't think I'm stopping. I'm trying to stop a crime against witness my sign that I made. Yeah.
A lot of noise while they're trying to help her. It's not very humane.
Yeah, I heard the sheriff say he's trying to help her too. Sit up. She said, I need to take a shit. So why didn't you just take her handcuffs off and let her go into her rig so that she can that would be the human want to do. But no, you gotta tackle her, humiliate her, arrest her.
Can you tell us your first name?
It's okay.
She didn't need an ambulance until the sheriff's touched her.
Next time you see this lady, you'll see her on the street without her camper, without no shelter. This is our resources helping us.
Yeah.
Move forward.
So what, you're going to give her a misdemeanor charge for trespassing?
Guaranteed to have her.
Is that how the law works here?
Are we able to get them hooked up? You guys want it? Is someone going to ride in with us? Yes. Okay.
Right in with the eviction, she's safe now.
You can't put her on the flat with handcuffs.
It's nice to see her. See if it's okay. Still have positive attitude. That's nice. Don't take that smile away from them. Always working. That's what keeps them going. Look at that. Yay! You did a good job. Good job, man.
Everybody here is a witness. Everybody here is a witness. Make sure I get your name so we can call you to court to testify at the brutal, cruel treatment of this woman. This is Monterey County homeless policy.
Thank you, brother.
What a nightmare.
Definitely having trouble breathing. She's yelling really loud. They really hear her. I know she said that earlier. That's why she needed the bullhorn. Because her voice was already. She's been yelling all day. Yeah, I guess that's why you arrested her, because she was yelling. Huh? I didn't know that was a crime. I guess I'm next because I'm a big yeller.
She tried to go home.
Hey, gentlemen, let's give all of us we're giving her a safe place to be tonight.
Up on one? Yep. And then we'll restrain the legs.
Really hard to take it. Feel this. Feel this.
I'll get with you after. Yeah, that was the part.
You want us to scoot you up a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I can do that. We hold the legs. That's probably from the handcuffs. We can sit the back of the gurney up.
Somebody's too slow.
Where's your phone?
Yeah, I got it right here. I got it right here.
Okay.
I got it right here. I'm gonna bring you up. One, two.
Lucky she got a phone right now.
Well,
Right here.
that's about all she's gonna get because everything else looks like it's gonna be gone by the time she gets back. Yeah, they're helping make sure you go.
Heard sounded like.
Grab that corner. Over the curb.
She's gonna have one bag worth of belongings now.
She has the right to deny. She has the right to deny.
She doesn't consent.
If you did not take people that have mental health issues, she has the right to say no. But not here, you don't. This is them keeping her safe. A person with mental health issues can say no, and they'll leave them on the street to destroy themselves. But a woman that's trying to fight for her, she is a place to be, will know whether she wants to or not.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
All the time. And they still, when they say no, they don't go.
Are you guys good?
Sit back a little bit. I need you to sit back, okay?
1, 2, 3.
I don't want to go to the hospital.
Or deny.
She's already been arrested, right? For trying to go home. All she tried to do was go home.
Go to the hospital.
That's another incident of lack of consent where the arresting officer.
She says she don't want to go, but there's
have
still
violated her
but if
right
she had mental
again.
health
She
issues,
says she does
they'd let
not
her
want
stay.
to go to the hospital in an ambulance. That is what she clearly stated, even though she is having difficulty speaking.
I got it right here.
Times add up, don't they, Commander?
Well, if you want dialogue, I'm more than happy to talk to you, but I'm not going to sit here and just say, yell at me. I'm not speaking accurately. But if you'd like, you can film
Are
it.
you moving 15 people out today? Or 15 people out today? You have not
Are we
done
doing dialogue or are you just talking?
I asked you a question.
And I started to answer and you start talking again. That's what you did over there. If you would like dialogue, I will dialogue with you. But it has to be two ways. Okay? I'm not running this operation. I have no idea how many people are out here. I know that they've been given warning. to vacate. The sheriff's office is not the one who issued this. We are the ones that are told to carry it out. There are complaints that came in. The county sends the complaints to the sheriff's office and says, hey, you need to do this. So the sheriff's office has come out here, they've put tags on all these vehicles. They've spent all week out here reminding people, please be out by Friday. People were not out by Friday, so now they're being vacated. They've been given weeks because they've done this tagging before and didn't actually move them after doing it. So they have had weeks, possibly months to move, and they've ignored those warnings. They've also been giving, ma'am, understand, please understand, I have a heart. I know there's people on hard times, and it's not that easy.
Put your heart on hold here.
Okay, are we going to insult each other? Because I can insult you too. But that's not what I thought we were doing. I thought we wanted dialogue. I'm trying to give you our perspective and what we're doing here. We have been told we have to come here and do this. We did it in what you're calling us inhumane. We've done it the most humane way possible. But we also did everything we could to give everyone an ample opportunity to leave before this day got here. And you even admitted that.
When she said, do not touch my black water.
All she was trying to do is go home, go in the house, and go
We
through.
just went in and did that anyway, violating her.
I wasn't here. I don't have all the facts on that. I wasn't here when that happened. I know that there was already a tow truck here getting ready to tow it, and she tried to enter it, and she's not allowed
No,
to.
the tow trucks are coming up. They got the first rig, they're working on the second, and she's next, right?
Well,
Look, they're hooking up.
So here's the thing though, a month ago, Lauren Sue and Supa from Monterey something advisory something, like two steps away from McKee, said they were going to relocate everyone. They were going to find another place for them to go.
Okay. Again, I haven't talked to any of those people.
Well, these decisions are made where we promise one thing, but what we're doing is the opposite. I mean, how is this helping to reduce homelessness?
Yeah, this is a breach of
No, it's not, is it?
It's not a breach of contract, but it's not a. How to reduce homelessness, that's a very complicated question. But leaving them here is not reducing it either, Wes.
Well, what we could have done was relocate them, as was stated and halfway promised.
You don't take these people out until you have a new location for them to go to. It's a big job.
Thanks for a no answer. You're not helping the sheriff's department very much.
I gave you an answer.
I know, but it's not much. It's not very impactful. You know, it doesn't really. I don't know. Because
did the sheriff's office make you a promise? Why are you talking to the people that made you the promise? How can I enforce someone else's promise?
Because there was a sheriff's in that department head meeting.
Not making the decisions.
Between everybody, relocation was supposed to be it. That's all I'm just saying.
Well, we consider it a violation of a promise.
I am disappointed. So you got one car away though, 2 cars away? You got the 2 cars away? Good, they should be safe for a minute. Right? Yeah. I don't know if they're only gonna go with this lot. I think is kind of what they're trying to stick with. I need to find Roxanne and see if there's that. But you know, I mean, it's too bad. And these cops, of course, are just like, oh, we're just doing our job, we're just following orders. Nope. They know what they're doing, even when they do jokes, they're laughing about this shit all the time. So they know exactly what it is. Oh, it's such a complicated issue. Oh, you know what, the poor old has a suspicion of who looking for it.
HUD needs to change the rules. If they want you to remain homeless, stop harassing the people that are waiting for the services. We want housing, not jail. We want rental agreements, not a ticket. This is not building a healthy community. This is not community working together to make a difference. Nobody said when I grow up, I'm going to be homeless. I think tomorrow I'm going to be homeless. Hey, keep the bricks down. Why help us? Give us 20 way in. You ever been to jail? Come to Monterey County. You will without having a record.
You'll be able to move your rig?
Yeah.
Right on.
They want to put those spots over here. So everybody put the bologna, whatever property in those spots. So I want to move it.
So if they can back down right here, and right there, there's that Cadillac right there. If they put a pod there, I think it would be best because like he's got to put items in there. I'm sure they have some things they need to put in there. That will allow him to move out that items to go in the pod. It should allow enough room to back this sprinter. Okay, and then we can put the secondary pod right here. I think it would be best to centrally located. It's out of the way, and it'll allow them enough room to turn and move out.
I'll bring it in. So you think you should try to?
If he can dip it and put it like in the parking spaces over there.
Go. Taxpayer dollars be spent very well. Don't have money to put you indoors, but we certainly have money to put you on the street.
I think so. Okay, so then we're down. I think it started with Bella. Moved up. And then you gotta do this one. And then this one's gonna. Are they leaving on their own or this one?
Here we go. Community service. Let's work together. Make that difference. Come on now. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. This is how you do it. Building stronger community right here. Building stronger community. Safer place for people to be. Just take the wall from you where you live and see how neat and clean it is. But we all want to judge. You point that finger, look what's coming back at you.
The commander, the dude in black shirt, Simpson.
You took pictures of you.
Oh no, he goes to my church.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
They didn't dump this stuff.
I need to go to church and give more tithes so I can get bigger blessings.
So it's not, I don't need, it's not my, it's cool, it's wrong of what you're trying to say. My job here is to try to share your story, what's happening here. And I'm gonna anything that you say that can make it on TV, I will put it on our webpage so at least people can read about it.
Well, like I said, I've had bad experience with KION, all the news media. You know, they only take what they feel the public wants to hear and don't want to hear. You know, you ever watched the SPCA commercial on TV?
Yes.
People turn it off because they don't want to feel bad. Well, that's what they do with us out here. You know, they cut off the truth because the media don't want to make the public feel guilty. That's bullshit. Because you see, this problem right here, this group of homeless people, the homeless people right now, in the future, you or your kids will be homeless. If we don't beat this war right now, you think you're guaranteed this job? You think your kids are going to be guaranteed a better future? What we need is to lower the cost of living in California. That's the only way we're going to beat the future problems of homelessness. Now, if you could put that on, that'll be fine.
I'll do it. Don't worry about that.
But you know, I'm not going to do it if you're just going to just focus on the worst of us.
Yeah, I totally understand. And my job here is to tell your story, what you're doing here, and what's going on. Basically, I'm not trying to basically change the scenario or leave out pieces that I want to give your voice. That's what I want to do. And if I can do the most I can for TV, and if I can do that, I'm going to do it. And in case if anything doesn't make it onto TV, I'll make sure it gets on the web so people can at least read about it.
Okay, because I'm going to hold you to that.
You know, what we get concerned about is like, you only get maybe one sentence out of that. And you know from doing the business, you should know from doing the business that the last sentence is usually the most powerful, impactful sentence, because that's what you leave the audience with. And usually that last sentence includes, yeah, it's okay. It should have happened. It's okay. You know, but see, now the county promised to relocate people. Lauren Supa from the county, I can't remember her title, but you know, we got it on video. I'm going to do a PRA on that too, because they promised they'd relocate people, and that's why we were cool for a month. You know, while they situated themselves to get rid of everybody. But they promised to take care of people. How is this reducing homelessness? Isn't there a shelter in place? You're wearing a mask. What for? Shelter in place, right? COVID. We worried about it. But now we ain't scared. These people are going to kill us. Now we want to get rid of them. California reopened. We're no longer scared of them. That's the only reason. That's the only thing that stopped any of this for a year, if you were here for the year. Now, all these tents that were around, all these camps that were around, it was shelter in place. California reopened. Boom, the next day. Almost all these RVs came from Roberts Lake, which was Colonel Durham and Seaside. Seaside made their problem the county's problem. Almost everybody ends up at the county. Who gets the most direct funding for state and federal funds to help people? The counties. Why? How is this helping any of that money? Why don't they just give that money back and go to jail for fraud and embezzlement? Because this is not helping anybody. This is stealing affordable housing. This is somebody's home. And the county's just like, well, you had 6 months to figure it out. No, the county had 6 months to figure it out. And they chose not to do anything except get rid of everybody. Almost everybody here signed up for services with a continuum of care. What does that say? Well, that they want help. We've identified these people. They're not harmless. They're not homeless.
The county waited till the last 5 days to actually help us.
No, because it's a feigned attempt. It's not really real. That's like telling your kid you'll take him to Disneyland next week.
Right.
You want to go to Disneyland?
They came and helped a few of us, you know what I'm saying? But like, they knew that they were going to come shut down, you know what I mean, a long time ago. And they knew they were going to do it on this day. So why did they wait to bring us the little help that they were offering us until like the last week or so?
Window dressing.
Like, it's crazy. The man down there, he has a motorhome. They're telling him they're going to give him a new transmission with his motorhome today. Oh, the police are already towing us out of here.
Yeah.
They're not going to wait while that guy has a transmission on a cherry picker to put it in his motorhome so we can move. But they did that. The county did that.
Right.
Their own people did that. So while they're sitting here offering us this, that, and the other thing, the rest of them on the other side is like, no, 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 we're going to take you out of here already. That's it. No, 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 no. But they could have helped a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? They literally waited. We didn't wait till the last minute. They did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And there's still no set destination for where we're going to go after this. You know what I mean?
So it's like, for real, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know? Like, I would love to get a job. But I barely have enough gas in my car to take a shower at Veterans Park every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
But,
or what have you? You think I like living in my car? You think I signed up for this, or I woke up one morning and said, I'm just gonna go live in my Cadillac because you know what? Picket fences don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? And it's sad. It's really sad that they dragged that lady out today. They dragged that lady out today from her own house and put her in jail. Who does that? The guy said he would wait till 4 o'clock because he wants to hurry up and go home. No pun intended, right?
And this is service. This is the county's, your tax dollars hard at work, helping people.
You know, and the city's giving vouchers away. How many people get to use those vouchers? Do you know how many? Not really that many at all.
Everyone.
Because there is no housing. They're giving them vouchers and they're losing them as fast as they're getting them. Because there is no housing. How is that fair?
My RV ran perfect 2 days ago. And there were some issues with the gas line, right? So they can work on it, and now won't start. I don't know where it's at.
That's not good.
Are they going to tow people to certain places if they can't make it out here, or they're just towing them to the junkyard?
Just towing. Just towing. Des Mobile Auto.
If they're going to tow them, they're going to tear it down right there on the spot.
Oh, yeah,
So can you imagine somebody watching their house get to tear it down? Right in front of them?
If they're going to tow it, they might as well tow it to a destination where someone could say, hey, you know what, if I can't make it out of here, at least drop me off over here.
No,
And let
they're
them
taking
worry
it to
about
the tow yard.
That's crazy. And half these people don't even have the stuff in their own name, so they can't even get their stuff out. You know, I haven't paid my registration yet because I had to put $500 in the car I paid $500 for. So, like, am I going to pay for the registration, or am I going to pay for the power steering pump in order to move it? I pay for the power steering pump, sorry. You know what I'm saying?
So there should be assistance to help people.
You know, they do vouchers for IDs and stuff, you know what I mean? Why can't they do vouchers for car registrations and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
They do on a very limited basis.
You know?
That was actually what they promised back in August. They promised they were going to take care of people's registration, you know, at least get them
the
retreat
mechanic
legal.
told me yesterday, he's like, oh, I'm glad you're here with me because I want to say something in front of both of you guys. Like, this isn't it for you guys. Like, we're not just going to fix what we can today. Like, we're going to carry out registrations and all that stuff as we can. And I'm like, okay, I'm helping you guys. My name is Leanne Burr.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about what's been going on here right at this moment? Tell me what's happening around you.
Okay, like about maybe a little less than 2 weeks ago, the county came around and they posted our vehicles with notices saying we had until such and such date. They were going to post on the 8th and we had until the 12th to ultimately evacuate the premises, you know. And they offered assistance to help with vehicle repairs and whatnot. But the whole first week they were talking about this, they signed liability paper like on the Friday of the week. They started talking about it and then didn't start doing any like small things until just recently Monday and Tuesday. And then now it's all frantic at the end because now we have people who can't move their entire spots because they needed a whole transmission or something huge that they had to, like, you know, they just waited till the last minute. And now basically everybody is like, if they don't have a way to actually move their own thing out of this vehicle, out of this parking lot right now, they're going to lose it because they're not going to tow it for you. They're going to tow it away or destroy it or whatever, you know. And some of us are fortunate enough to still have mobility, you know what I mean? But I don't know actually how many of us aren't going to make it out of here on our own, you know? So that's what it is right now.
So tell me, how long have you been staying here?
I've been staying here for about almost close to 3 months now. I was getting unemployment for a while. I had a couple of friends that have been staying here for a while already. One of my close friends passed away. Her son was staying out here. And then I have kind of a person I used to see who used to stay out here, but we don't see each other anymore, but I see each other. But yeah, I have a couple friends, and then I've made really good friends with other people that live here already, you know what I mean, since I've been here, because basically, like, we break bread together every day, so it's almost like a family in it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So are you currently, I was informed that some people here do have incomes, others don't. Do you currently have income coming in, or do you?
My unemployment was up, you know what I mean, September 4th, like a bunch of other people, and then after that, basically, it's been kind of like, I used my last EDD payment to buy that Cadillac, so I had
a storage and a place to rest my head, and kind of in one. And I was pretty smart. I did that, and then like the rest of my last payment, I put all the other repairs into it that I needed because I kind of got it for a good deal. You know what I mean? But that comes along with issues. So the rest of my money that I had saved up went into my car pretty much, and since then I've just been like, I've applied for jobs here and there, but like I haven't had steady transportation. Like I just got a battery in my radiator hose fixed like 3 days ago. Because other than that, my car was still in the parking lot, just basically used for shelter and storage. You know what I mean? But yeah, like.
Before you purchased this Cadillac, where were you staying? Did you have a home? Did you have a roof over your head?
I actually had a little pallet fort that I had staying under the bridge on Sanborn and Salinas. Yeah, but I had to leave that area. It was too much violence and a lot of theft going on over there. I couldn't leave my stuff over there and come back and have shoes the next day. So this safe parking is like, that nobody, I can leave my car unlocked and nobody takes anything. I can leave for all day. You know what I mean? And my stuff is still the way I left it. And you'll never find that anywhere. That's amazing. That's almost shocking.
So when was the last time that you were able to live in an apartment inside a home?
Actually, yeah, since about September, I had rented a room in Seaside on Circle Avenue, and it was $750 a month, but I was paying there anyways just to rent a room, So just the regular price of living when you do have a small income, it was already ridiculous.
It was last year in September of 2020 or
no,
September of 2021?
Before I came out here about 90 days ago, I was renting a room there. So, but homelessness isn't a new thing to me. Obviously I've been struggling with this off and on over the years. You know what I mean? I've never established myself, probably because of this situation. So. Yeah.
And tell me, obviously this is happening, this is going on. Where are you going from here? What's going through your mind at the moment?
I have no clue. All I know is I might have a better chance at getting a job for real, because my car does move now. But as far as like parking or knowing where I'm gonna stay at night or whatever, and not worry about, thugs or cops or whoever, I don't know right now. I don't know. Hopefully a church will let us stay in our parking lot maybe if we show up, or but a lot of people have ruined it for like Walmart, Home Depot, and places like that because they're burnt out on that crap already. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people see, if you didn't notice when we come in here, like we keep our areas as clean as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like our little yards aren't cluttered up with like, and a lot of these people who live out here on the street like this, they just, wherever they show up, they just create a garbage pile. And so that's another thing that makes it difficult for us to find spots. You know what I mean?
People indoors, if you took their walls down, they would have the same mess inside too, believe you me.
Oh, I know, but like not so much as like trash outside. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's made it hard for people.
And what is something you would like to say? What is something you would like? Something that you would like to get out there. For those people who are watching this.
I know there's a lot of places that have open spaces that aren't utilizing land or property or whatever, what have you. Like if you were to give, maybe a certain number of people like the benefit of the doubt to maybe try a pilot program somewhere, to maybe they test it out and see that it was functioning and we can work together and we can stabilize our own community and police ourselves and whatnot, then maybe, there'd be somewhere else that we're willing to do it too, I think instead of just passing judgment and looking and when you drive by here, be like, oh, look at that, just think about, like, we're trying to live. We're not trying to be like anybody's problem. Like, there's nothing within a radius around here really that we bother. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of abandoned military barracks. Every window in every building is broken. If you drive by, every window in every building is broken. These are eyesores more than we are. We're not bothering anybody. This county building, I think maybe like not even a dozen people work here throughout the week, and that's it. So, really, just if anybody has anywhere that they're willing to let us stay or crash or whatever, we're not bad people, we'll even work for a place to stay. Like, like we can clean up property, if that's the case, but whatever it is, somebody has an overgrown lot or something, like we'll take care of it, but just give us a chance, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna hurt nothing.
And you just mentioned, so this is something that you're not new to, and this is something that's been going on. So what can you say about housing here in California?
I've never really ever been like, here's the opportunity for housing, unless I go and stay in like a women's shelter or something like that, and you stay in a shelter and you can own a backpack.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? You can maybe own a backpack and a duffel bag, and you have to show up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it doesn't give you much opportunity or just, you know, any stretch room to go out and do anything to better yourself. You're basically stuck in that shelter, you know. So as far as housing goes, I've never been like, you know, here's a motel room or a little studio apartment or something, and you know, like nothing like that. To where even like Section 8, I don't even know if people can sign up for that if they don't have kids. Nobody's ever told me. I mean, I'm just a single person.
You mentioned that $700 you used to pay for that for a room. I mean, what can you talk about affordability here in
That
terms of
didn't leave
housing?
me money for anything after the fact, you know what I mean? Like, I was eating with food bank food and basically and whatnot, but I had a roof and hot water, you know? So it's like, you have to pick your priorities and what your needs really are, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like right now, I can stay in that Cadillac, yeah, but as long as like any change I got coming in or little donations here or there I get going to the gas tank or food or whatnot, you know what I mean? Or $3 showers at Veterans Park. But if we had to leave Monterey, we got to go to Salinas, and truck stops are like $15 for a shower. You know, that's ridiculous, you know? So it's like, I don't know, I'm just day by day basically see what I can do, you know? You kind of wake up in the morning, you're like, okay, what are my options for the day? And where am I going to eat at today?
When did you guys begin to receive these notices about having to basically leave the property to...
You know how when situations like this arise, there's always rumors or people are saying this and that and the other thing. So you'll have over a period of months where like every couple weeks somebody's like, oh, you know, they're gonna come kick us out of here like next weekend, or we were supposed to be out of here like 2 months ago on the 27th or something like that. So like now they're like, boom, 2 weeks, here you go, figure it out, 2 weeks, and you're like, what? Like the dude who needs the transmission. 2 weeks, like how is he gonna get money to do that on his own? At least the county was offering to do it, but he might not even have time to do it today because he waits to the end.
Okay. Dígame su nombre.
Mi nombre es Leanne Burr.
Ok, y me puede decir básicamente qué es lo que está sucediendo aquí a su alrededor. ¿Qué pasó esta mañana? ¿Qué es lo que estamos viendo?
Bueno, lo que pasó es que el condado nos avisaron hace como 2 semanas que teníamos que desafanarnos de aquí y bueno, ofrecieron ayuda y asistencia para arreglar como los motores de los carros o de los motorhomes y todo eso, pero se quedaron como al último minuto y entonces algunas personas no alcanzaron y hace rato se llevaron una motorhome de una señora. Ella se quedó como gritando, llorando porque no le dejaron entrar para atrás. Entonces se le llevaron a la cárcel y se llevaron su motorhome para la grúa, you know? Y entonces nomás están apurados ahorita para ver qué pueden salvar o a lo mejor ojalá y pueden prender sus vehículos y si no, se perdieron, you know?
¿Y usted cuándo llegó aquí? ¿En qué llegó aquí? ¿Cómo llegó aquí a este lugar?
Llevo como 3 meses aquí. Me dijo un amigo, un muchacho que conozco, que había un lugar donde yo puedo parquear y nadie me ha molestado, you know, like, como la policía, you know, como dar tickets cuando estás parqueado ahí nomás en la calle o malandrines, you know, algo así, you know. Es un lugar seguro, pues, donde uno se puede sentir, you know, seguro que nada le va a pasar, you know. Yo puedo dejar mi carro sin seguro y voy y dar la vuelta y regreso y nadie me ha tocado las cosas y todo está bien. Hay respeto aquí, pues.
Y antes de aquí me dijo usted que estaba rentando un cuarto, pero que se le hacía mucho. ¿Qué es lo que estaba pasando con eso?
Pues yo pagaba $700 al mes y eso no alcanzó para comprar de mandado y como cosméticos, you know, cosas básicas que uno necesita todos los días. Y entonces yo tenía que decidirme, you know, like, sabes, un techo o a lo mejor me fue mejor a comprarme un vehículo donde puedo tener mis cosas y donde puedo dormir, you know, descansar. Y entonces es lo que me salió mejor y pues a la vez me salí de ahí y ya no alcanzó dinero. Me acabó el desempleo hace como los primeros días de septiembre y desde entonces no he podido agarrar trabajo porque no he tenido transportación. ¿Cómo voy a llegar a un lugar y luego tener mis cosas en la espalda? Eso no se hace.
¿Y al momento no ha podido conseguir trabajo, no está trabajando?
No, pues ojalá ya se arreglaron mi carro, a ver, me va a ser más fácil para moverme y meter unas aplicaciones y pues eso es lo que me está saliendo bien, you know, like, ojalá, nada más que Diosito quiere.
Y antes de esto, o sea, que cuando estaba rentando ese apartamento, o sea, ¿estaba trabajando antes o perdió su trabajo?
Cuando empezó el COVID, yo tenía mi propio negocio de lavar carros y todo eso. Pero como empezó todas las enfermedades y cerraron todo, pues ya no salía bien con mi negocio. Entonces me apliqué por el desempleo y desde entonces me estaba ganando ese dinero. Pero como dije, en septiembre se acabó, ¿no?
Entonces usted tenía su propio negocio, lavaba carros para poder pagar la renta, para poder pagar lo que se necesitaba.
Yo batallaba mucho, como en la pobreza, pero yo decidí abrir mi propio negocio para poder ser mi propia jefa y todo eso.
¿Y en dónde lavaba los carros? O sea,
me parqueaba en un lugar, como un camino grande donde pasa mucha gente, como cuando se salen de trabajar, a ver si quieren que se laven su carro o algo así. O los fines de semana cuando hay cosas pasaron, eventos o algo así, ahí acercábamos ahí para que la gente se pudiera lavar sus carros para salir bien, dar la vuelta, bien bañaditos del carro, sí.
Y cuéntame, o sea, ¿qué va a ser? O sea, obviamente lo están sacando a todos aquí, ¿a dónde va a ir? Cuéntame.
Por ahorita no lo sé, nomás lo voy a tomar día por día y a ver si hay una iglesia o algo que nos da chance, o a ver si no hay un dueño de una propiedad o algo por ahí que tiene un parqueadero o una yarda grande o algo así, un buen cacho de propiedad donde nos pueden dar chance de a lo mejor, que vayan y miren que no somos un desmadre o no, somos buenas personas, nomás queriendo vivir bien sin que nadie nos llegue a molestar, entonces, ojalá que alguien mira si nos da chance o algo así. A lo mejor tiene una propiedad por allá que puede decir, hey, cáiganle para acá,
¿Me puede decir eso en inglés? Lo que acaba de decir, que no estamos causando daño, no somos personas malas, solamente queremos vivir.
Yeah, we're not bad people, we just want to live, we're not doing anybody any wrong or anything like that. We just want to have a safe place to sleep and a safe place to keep our belongings, just like anybody in a house,
Muchas gracias. Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right.
You got real emotional earlier when we were thinking about Shasha over there. Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, I've been there before, I've had my whole life ripped from me before because of people like that. It's like I lost my dad's baby book, things like that, you can't decide at the last minute what you're going to take with you that's important to you, that means something, or something that you just might need tomorrow, you're like, oh, my dad's baby book, or like my clean clothes or something. You don't know what you're going to grab, at the end of the moment I thought maybe I should have just taken everything heavy out of the tent and put it over my shoulder like Santa Claus, and I probably would have been cool, but you're not thinking about that at the moment. You're just you walk away, there goes my life, So I've been there. And then she goes to jail on top of that. They could have just given her a chance to go back in and get what she needed. That's wrong. On top of the fact that they're like, oh, we just want to hurry up and get out of here so we can go home. Why would you say that to any of us? Why say that? Just be like, I want to end my day. Okay, all right. I want to end my day a lot of days too, But to go home, honestly, fuck you, I don't want to say that, but damn, this is not right. You just took somebody's home away from them and you want to talk about how you want to hurry up and go home. Is that how you're going to sleep real good tonight too because you're tired? You had a long day? So you sleep like a baby, right? Yeah, I hope so.
She won't.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong. They could help. They could help way more than they do. They could help way more. Look at these barracks. Look at these broken windows in every single window in these buildings. They just let them go to shit. They're just rotten. They're useless. You can't even walk in there without falling through the floor, I bet you.
Oh yeah, no, it's asbestos.
But they could have been
they're condemned.
Renovated or emptied out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
So back in April they decided they were going to get rid of everybody. This is during shelter in place.
At least give us the holidays.
They've had that long to try to figure out to relocate people, but instead they've made it your problem and said you had 6 months to figure it out.
And then get your
they
hopes up
are the ones in control.
Your shit's gonna get fixed today, and we're out of time. Thanks for playing.
I want to go home.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean it hurts me to see I didn't even talk to that lady. I didn't even know her.
Do you have a destination where you're going next?
I do not. But I think I'm gonna stick with Bill and Sylvia like a barnacle because they're like my family right now.
All right.
But if not, I can move my car every 3 days. Hey, it's no big deal.
Tell me, when did you first arrive to this parking lot? 3 months ago. when a sheriff told me to come over here when he ran me off of Del Monte.
Okay, so you were told by a sheriff
to come here. Well, most of us was told to come here. All of us RVers were told to come here by a sheriff.
And can you tell me a little bit about what's going on here today?
We are getting swept out. They only gave not even 2 full weeks for mechanics to come and fix all the RVs that need to be repaired so that they can continue having their home and get out of here before they get their homes taken away. We're being told now that those of us that have expired registration that we're going to be given an opportunity not to give us tickets until we get it resolved, because the counties are still going to work with us to get our registration up to date. We'll see if that happens. I remember in Lapis 2017 when they told us the same thing. We're not going to tag you. We're not going to bother you. We just need you to leave here. And as soon as the first 3 RVs that went off of Lapis Road got pulled over and got towed. Not ticketed, towed. Because of expired registration after they gave us their word they wouldn't get on us until we get our tax. Another reason why we do fall behind on all these is because when we're out there, they're ticketing us. Even the most stupidest reason. I was up to date with everything back in 2017. I was up to date with my tags. I had my smog test and everything. Everything was legal about me, but they still harassed me because I was on the side of the road just trying to catch some sleep. Now, I have COPD and asthma, so I need my nebulizer 24/7. They wanted to have a program 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. For 12 hours, we're going to be chased out of everywhere we park because it's illegal to park RVs anywhere in town. You can't even go to the store and re-up your RV refrigerator, you know, because you can't park your RV in there. The one way, and only one way to fix the existing problem of the homeless and the upcoming problems of more homeless coming on here is for the state of California to lower rent. It's just to live. I had 3 jobs, and and the guy I was dating was a lawyer, and the rent just kept coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up. And that's how a lot of homeless people became homeless. There's still people here that have 3 jobs, and they have to live in their rent because they can't afford rent. We need to start demanding that California lowers their rent, lower the cost of living, because it is the future that's going to be paying for this too. You think us homeless people right now is going to be it? No, there's more of them coming out. Your kids might be homeless in the future. Your grandkids might be homeless in the future. If we win this battle right now, if we force the counties in the state of California to keep their promises, to help us back into society, if we don't win this war right now, then what kind of future does your kids and their kids have? What do they have to look forward to? Think about that. Because you're sitting at home right now going, that's not my problem. You're not my problem. You probably deserve to be out there. No, none of us deserves to be out here. None of us belongs out here. I was a caregiver for 12 years. And I'll tell you how I got here. My last caregiving job I had, her son raped me as I was a caregiver for his mom. So I ended out here. I shouldn't have had to share that. I really shouldn't have had to share that. But if you don't know our stories, how we got out here, stop judging us. Stop, because you'll be sticking up for your kids when it's their turn to be homeless. And that's what I'm trying to prevent right now. That's all I could say.
Clinton wanted to say something. This guy. If you got time. You're going to run out of minutes.
Come on with it.
I get 2 minutes. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it's hard, and I know you shouldn't even have to be put in this position to have to share your story. But your story is important because it is also going to help others who are experiencing what you're experiencing here. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
The last 3 weeks I've been trying to find an RV park with an opening so we can move in. They don't have no openings from here to San Jose, all the way up through Morgan Hill. The only place that has available spots for an RV is at Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. Those are $52 a night. The RV park here in Marina, they don't take nothing under 10 years old. If your RV's more than 10 years old, they won't let you in there. And they're $125 a night or $90 a night. Nobody can afford to pay that. Not even on my salary. I make $90,000 a year. I can't afford $125 a night. I've been looking for an RV park with a spot for 3 months now. Ever since we've been here, we've been looking for a spot to park our RV because we're dry camping, we're boondocking. There's nowhere to go. They don't have any available spots. The only place we found that has anything is Alameda County Fairgrounds. That's it.
And tell me, what are you doing at the moment? I see that you're not only worrying about your own.
And I'm helping put some oil in her RV so she can crank it up and go. Where is she gonna go? She has nowhere to go. She has. I don't know. All I know is there's nowhere for us to go. They don't have nowhere available. There's no spots available. There's no RV park that can accommodate anybody. There's nowhere. We've been everywhere, all up and down the coast, all the way up to Morgan Hill. Milpitas, everywhere. There's no RV parks that have any spots available. That's all I got to say.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Clayton St. John.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll probably see you there.
Hold on, hey! We need as much help. Honestly, you guys just help. Back up a little bit. Imagine if we didn't all you guys coming in here and starting all that. You're good. If we would have just rolled in, that would have been it's not
Yeah, they've all been assessed. I can say that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Right? So you and I can sit here. We can go. Sorry. I tried. Right?
You're trying hard enough, though. I mean, can't you tell your higher ups how is this reducing homelessness?
I do all the time, Les.
I mean, you know, but then how does this result? This is not resulting well. This is an awful lot of money to take away people's affordable housing. Make them more homeless. Hey, at least I can't see an RV. Maybe they'll die too. It's a great way line of thinking to you know, get behind and say that's the authority I need to be in charge of me.
Yep.
Ugh.
Hey, so I'm gonna give him an opportunity to take his, so he can keep his stuff.
This trailer here?
Yeah, the guy's driving down the street right now.
Oh.
I said, man,
Wow, just eat that.
I don't know. I mean, any question? What do you do now? I have no clue. I have no clue. It's illegal to park your RV anywhere in Monterey on the street. You know, they acknowledge the fact that, you know, we need a place to stay. They put us here. They had us at 2 other places before this. And now they say get out. So it's just a matter of time. You play cat and mouse with the cops until they eventually will take your stuff. You know? Everything I own is in that RV. And so we've had
homeless service providers coalition, people with the city, the county, okay, maybe vouchers. Have you been offered any services, any vouchers, any place to go?
I've been told about them, I haven't spoke to about them, but I have yet to see any kind of, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help me in my situation. And we hear a lot of stuff, but we see nothing.
How long were you here?
I was here, it's been about 6 months now.
And when you came, were you permanently here, or like, did you? Because I guess they had this program. You could come.
We were at another location here in Fort Ord.
Over there, but
before Fort Ord, we were at Roberts Lake, across the street from Home Depot, Seaside, and we had a committee within our own within the trailer park ourselves to make sure everything was there was no shady stuff going on, and it was working well. And then they took us from there and they put us down here, and then. It was just a matter of time till they told us to leave. And my RV ran perfect until 2 days ago. Until yesterday when the mechanics came in and there was a fuel line issue. And I'm really grateful that they came in to do it. They volunteered their services. But now my rig don't run and they're gone.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good. I'm frustrated. I gotta go help my buddy over here.
Let me get you in again.
My name's Robert O'Donnell.
Wherewithal, there's a black one.
Are you kind of helping mediate that? You kind of.
I've been trying to push for it. This should never happen. This should have been a department head decision of like, well, how are we reducing homelessness? Are we? We're not. We're destroying affordable housing is what's happening. They're doing another one next week up there in Pajaro River. Same difference. No services really, just get out. This is the way we always do business. Here we are, we're number one in the state for continuum of care, right? So supposedly we're trying. But then again, Seaside had a problem. Seaside had Roberts Lake. We made Roberts Lake a problem for them. And then they went and put everybody on Colonel Jerome. California reopens the next day. Oh, you ain't gonna kill us, get out. We scared you were gonna kill us, but now we're not. And that, so now all the tents went at the same time as Salinas, everywhere in this county. We were doing good for a minute. We got 117 people into Project Room Key or whatever, put them in the hotels. We still got 1,300 more out there. What are we going to do about them? Well, just get rid of them. I hear there's a gas card, so people get a gas card, and a couple ladies, the real infirmed, are getting a hotel room for a couple weeks. But then what happens after that? 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. If we could have just negotiated a vacant lot where people could have been relocated, that would have solved everything. At least people could have stayed in their homes. This is affordable. I didn't pay for it. Taxes didn't pay for it. Didn't cost us a penny. All we got to do is respect life. Because what's going to happen to these folks now? Now that they can't be here, where are RVs allowed in Monterey County? Where can you park an RV? What jurisdiction? Every jurisdiction has no RVs. So, what did the county do inherently? Oh, we know what they're going to walk the plank. Shark infested waters, get in. So now you're a criminal. You lost your home, you got a ticket, you go to court, and now who's got job security? But they're bad. We create, the poor will be with us as long as we help make sure they're poor. They'll always be with us because we like it this way. This is by design. This is part of the design. This is the Okies and Arkies. This is any gypsy community you want to think of. Any Black Wall Street you want to think of. This is a Native American experience. Where's your papers? Do you own this property? No, I own this property. How are you gonna? Nobody can own the land. You can use it, but you don't really own it. It's all an imaginary game. Same thing with the dollar. Does it say? Why doesn't it say in shareholders we trust? Because we don't believe in God. We don't trust in God. We don't act like it at all. This would not happen. And yet Clucks want to just say, oh, just another day at the office. They try. And then, so he was from Roberts Lake and before and everything. So it's like, we create this problem. We perpetuate this problem. What do you mean? These are the same folks from 4 years ago. Oh, we told you we'd help you then, and we're telling you we're helping you now. Now get out.
Let me grab that.
Oh, since they were down at Roberts Lake, and then we were up on top of it.
What happened? They closed that place down, huh?
Yeah, they kicked everybody out.
When did that?
About 2 months ago.
Wait.
Well, some moved here, and then some that the other people know, and then because they were supposed to be certain around here, but then I guess the sheriffs, they didn't tell this to you guys. Where'd they go? Where'd all the motherfuckers at? They started directing people over here.
They told you to come here.
Not me, but they told other people to come here. That's how all those other people in the second parking lot got here. Because when we got here, there was only 8 at the most.
Interesting set of directions.
And there was a security, and I was coming to visit Ray, and I was going to park in that parking lot. That parking lot was empty. I was going to park over there, and the security guard told me not to park there. That was the county's parking lot. So, okay, well, then what the fuck? We're going to park. So I parked in front of the trailer. There was only 8 people here, I swear to God. Now...
That was what, 2 months ago?
Well...
Yeah. One morning we woke up and BAM! All of them people were here. And because the cops told them to come here. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to be a TV. Just a little FYI information for you. But thank you. Yeah, because they didn't want you all to know that.
Do you know where you're going to go?
But we're looking. We put in the application to places and still waiting to call back. I'm here back. We have no dogs, no kids, it's just him and I. He works nights, I work days. Try to make it work.
Did you sign up for services and everything?
I just now got the card. I got the information today.
The gas card?
Yeah, because I wasn't here. When we're sleeping, that's when all the information gets passed around.
Or for housing or any of that?
That's what I got the information for Dorian or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, he's a good point person. Although
and then,
he's only selling what he's got.
Huh?
I say he's only selling what he's got. The 7 to 7 thing. I don't know. Is he trying to hook you up with everything else?
I have to talk to him. I have to call him. I haven't met him yet.
Okay.
And then Barry is going to help me with the DMV. I need to get a birth certificate.
Oh, fantastic. And then let me give you...
Then Roxanne for the housing.
Good.
I want to get the housing so bad.
That too. I already set a place to go. I already paid for towing and everything, and they're gonna tow me. Like I've already paid for everything.
What are they gonna tow? What?
I don't know. I just found out about it.
So, police say
they told me not to worry. And now at the last minute, I got 20 minutes to get what I can out.
But they say they've given you plenty of notice to move on, and
I was blocked in. I was blocked in by another vehicle, and I already got a place to go. I paid for a place to go. I paid rent on a place to go. I paid this guy over here in the black truck $200 to tow me.
So you're gonna go there?
I can't. They're gonna tow my thing.
Well, who was gonna move you last time?
What do you mean?
Yeah, how were you gonna get there? You said you had a place to go. But you were blocked in.
No, I've been blocked in this whole time.
But you have a place to go.
Yes, but I have a place to go.
So
I haven't been able to get out. I was blocked in.
But even if you were blocked in, how would you have gotten there?
That black truck right there, behind you.
Oh, I see.
I already paid him $200 to take me. But he's got to deal with his own stuff, because I was blocked in. This was supposed to happen a while ago. This is... Sorry, but it's BS.
So what do you do
Just
now?
even when the mechanic went?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got 20 minutes right now. I don't have any time to think. I got 20 minutes to get what I can out of my house right now before they tow me. And they promised they weren't going to tow me. They knew my situation when they first got here. I told them my situation, and they told me they weren't going to tow me.
Have you been offered services, a place to go, a place to stay, help?
I ended up on the streets because of the services. Because of interim. Okay, so interim. I was living in these apartments right through interim, down in here in Marina. Okay, and I wanted to. I kind of got stuck in the program. I was on my way to, because I actually had my shit together. I had I got an associate's degree and all this stuff, and I was on my way up to Elks Grove for the heavy equipment union. And this was all shit that I planned for years and years and years. And they stopped me on my way. I had an RV and stuff because being a heavy equipment operator or whatever, you have to be able to travel to different job sites.
So I had already had all this stuff set up. They told me they would have storage for my RV and stuff, but I got mental issues, right? And they're like, well, what if you didn't have to like figure out your life on your own, and you could deal with your issues and be around other people like you? And they talked to me in this program. I said, okay, it sounded good. I told them I'd give them 2 years. I gave it 5, and they ended up putting me in Chinatown, like overlooking this place, right? Like, okay, I can't even get into that. And like, I ended up on the streets. And it's really messed up. And yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, don't let them kill me.
Nobody's gonna kill you. Nobody's gonna kill you. If anything, they'll try to help you.
Process of elimination. Constantly being eliminated will kill you.
No, being online, I'm serious, it's gonna help me.
Have you talked with anybody here?
Find a CSUMB shirt. Have you talked to anybody for something for housing?
I have. I'm not going back into the program. I don't know what they did to me. I saw somebody get raped and murdered, okay, right across the fucking apartments from me. I saw 7 people get shot right down my apartment from my only window.
Let me get your name.
Simone. S-I-M-O-N-E.
S-I-M-O-N-E. M-O-N-E. Oh,
Gonzalez.
With an S or a Z?
S. I have been living in fear for 4 years.
It's not a fear.
It's driving me crazy, and I try to be cool, and I'm at a point, I don't care if I get killed. I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. This shit just like really topped it off for me. Like, I was trying. I was really trying.
I really wonder how this county sees this as a success.
Well, Joe, I mean, this started off as a safe parking program?
Yes, it did. Several months ago, this was opened up as a safe parking program. People had to enter into an agreement with the county or social services to kind of vacate during the day, park here in the evening, and then leave during the daytime hours and leave the parking lot open. There were certain rules and guidelines that they were to adhere to. They were also being assisted in looking for vouchers and a place for them to find residency, which is, as you know, it's a complicated issue. But efforts were being made by social services, the coalition, CSUMB coalition, the coalition of homeless service providers, and any resource we could get to try and help to find them housing. So initially there was several participants in the safe parking program, and they were adhering to the rules and doing pretty well, but at some point other people started moving in that were not a part of the program. So the people would vacate the parking lot during the day, those people would move in and occupy those spots. The people that were adhering to the rules, there was no longer any room for them to come in. The ones that were already here would get locked in because they knew if they left, somebody would take their spot over. So that safe parking program that started off with people really, I think, diligently trying to obey the rules, kind of morphed into a health and safety issue here with people turning it into a permanent residency.
And that's the thing, I mean, you look around and it's not hard to miss some of the health and safety concerns you guys have around here.
There's raw sewage on the ground right behind us. When our vehicle abatement team pulled up this morning, there was people dumping raw sewage immediately on the ground. There's 55-gallon drums with gray and black water being stored in them. It's a pretty unhealthy environment. The sheriff's office, the vehicle abatement unit, is a reactionary unit. It responds to complaints. This was not something that was proactive by the sheriff's office to come out here. Complaints come in, numerous complaints come in. The county tells us there's a problem when we come out here and address it, and that's what brought us here today.
Where do we go from here, Joe? You know, people offering services, other options. I mean, you said it. It's a tough situation. I mean, you know, the concern might be, oh, you're clearing it out.
This day was coming. They've had verbal warnings for several months through social services and the coalitions that I mentioned earlier. And at some point several weeks ago, we came out and actually tagged the vehicles. We did not follow up and actually start removing vehicles after that, in kind of hopes that people would realize we're moving in that direction. Earlier this week, I believe on Monday, we came out, started tagging vehicles, and we've been here every day since, so that they'd know this was not a bluff, that vehicles were going to be removed today. And in an effort to help them, each vehicle was allotted about $1,500 by the Board of Supervisors to get it running, get it registered, whatever it took to help get it moved. The mobile mechanics were out here as late as today because a lot of people just didn't take advantage of that, believing that nothing was going to happen today and they were going to still be here over the weekend. Again, there's the coalitions are trying to help find them housing, but that's not an immediate fix. There's just not that much available for them. I've heard a lot of complaints from their side, and I empathize with them that they were made some promises about housing. And I've spoken to several people from the agencies trying to help them, and the promises weren't to get them housing. The promises was to make an effort to get them housing, and they've been working diligently in that direction. We've got some really dedicated people who are trying to help the situation.
So you actually mentioned that, I mean, this isn't the first ticket that they got. It's been something that's been going on in effort for previous months now. And you mentioned about mechanics and about $1,500. So when did they become aware of this whole, I guess, help or aid that they were being offered?
They've been aware of assistance and aid the entire time. The $1,500 mobile mechanic offer was made, I think, just 2 weeks ago. That was in response to seeing this coming. So in an effort to try and make it easier on them and expedite it and make it a little less intrusive, that didn't come up till 2 weeks ago. But the efforts to help them in other areas has been since it was simply a safe area before people even started moving in permanently.
So the issue that happened here, is it that people began to overstay nights and not follow the rules, or what happened here?
Well, if you notice, there was people here that those vehicles haven't moved since the day they got parked. They don't even run. That's why they've had to be towed. Mechanics have to come out today and get several vehicles running so that they can drive them away. So yeah, people turned it into a permanent residency, which is what it was. It was never designed to be that.
Can you tell me a little bit about why we're deciding to do this now in terms of I mean, you mentioned that it's been happening for months, but what are we planning to do with this area or with this building here, facility?
Well, right now is clean it up. It's not fair to the people in this community to have raw sewage dumped in our streets. And as far as why now, I don't know when there's a good time to displace people. There's no easy time to do this.
You were talking earlier, Daryl, possibly. I mean, obviously, I don't think we're getting rid of that safe parking program. What's the plan? Clean this up, reopen it, get it back on track?
I think the best source for an accurate answer on that is probably going to be Mayor Carroll, but my belief is yes, that this is going to, I believe in December, be converted back into a safe parking program, and hopefully at that time we can possibly police it a little bit better, keep it more disciplined and on track with that program.
So would you call this a success today? Like, I mean, you know, with everybody crying and everything, huh?
What is your definition of success?
Well, success to me would have been, you know, reducing homelessness. I mean, that seems to be the county's position on things. They want to reduce it, but yet we're destroying affordable housing. We see a lot of people crying.
I don't give a shit what you're saying.
Yeah. So do you call that success, or is that, am I just out of line? I'm not thinking the right terms.
Why do you ask you a question if you don't want to hear it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you call service with dedication. The level of disrespect on these people is quite disappointing, unprofessional. Don't ask me a question you don't want to hear the answer. Yeah, of course you don't know. You never cared. Are you going to Pajaro? Are you going to Pajaro all this week? Like this coming week? Because they're supposed to get gone on the 18th.
The outreach team will be there.
You see what you can do? Okay. Well, do you feel like this is a success? Could the county do better? Or are we going to try to do better next time?
You know what? If we can get some people to let go of some property.
Yeah, that's certainly
the problem is you can't get blood from a stone. So where are you going to go? There's so many places right around here that we researched to try to access.
Yeah, right. There's a whole like half a mile, three blocks or something right there. 3 square blocks.
Everybody has their fingers in the pie.
But it's just, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, and we've decided no way am I going to have any kind of whatever liability. And I mean, I understand that to some degree, but you know, to a larger degree, we could have relocated folks. We said we would. Lauren said that they would relocate people, or at least try.
And
you
we've
know,
been trying. Believe me, Wes.
but then.
Where do you take people if there's nowhere to go? Where do you relocate to?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's between the public and the private. I mean, there's plenty of vacant lot. It's just a matter of legitimating people and saying, you know what, you matter, you're alive, and I'm going to make sure that, I promise I take care of you. Now, I can't provide you housing, but I can at least let you stay somewhere. Give them an address. You know, we'll give them food, we'll give them clothing, but know where they can be. And they need an address. Whether inside, outside, whatever, we need to make a policy that allows people to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're trying to bury them alive, and we're happy for it. Everybody else gets paid to do it, and it's vicious. It's mean-spirited. I mean, this is colonialism. There's no reason for this anymore. We're supposed to mature from this. This is a white man's idea of what society is supposed to be. It's bullshit. It's a lie.
Having to have knots is heartbreaking. It really is.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, especially having to hear these people's stories. You know, and Shasha getting arrested for trying to go back in her home.
This time, right now, I'm fighting for the future. You may be sitting in your home right now saying it ain't my problem, but it might be your kid's problem. It might be your grandkid's problem. So why don't you support us, huh? Because I'm not just fighting this just for the homeless people that are here and everywhere right now. I'm fighting this for the future kids. I always looked at the young kids as our future. And if you care anything about the youth of today, you will support us. You will step up and say, California, lower your rent, half a rent. You know? That's all I got to say. Fight with us, not against us, because we're fighting for your future as well, your kids' future, your grandkids' future. Help us. Don't fight against us. I was a caregiver. And the son of the woman I was a caregiver committed a crime against me. And now he's after me because he's got put on the sex registration list. He thinks I ruined his life. He did by committing the crime. And I'm putting my life out in line every time I get in front of a camera. Because if he finds me, I'm dead. Ask me why I'm still doing this. Because I care about every human life. And I'm fighting for your future. I'm fighting for your kids' future. And I'm fighting for your grandkids' future. Next time you say you hate me, I'm going to tell you I don't hate you. Because if you come out here, if you end up out here, I'll be the person to help you out. Any of these people will be the person to help you out. Because we can't have hate in our heart.
Let me get your name here.
Wildfire.
Anything else?
Wildfire Daystar. I lost my family. I lost my kids to death.
Well, good luck with
When that lady got arrested over there, how did that make you feel?
Oh, I felt like a bunch of fists punching me in the stomach. I wish I could have helped, but I got there a little bit too late. What I was told is that she was trying to get in her rig, and the cops just pulled her down and slammed her down. The reason why they did that is because legally they can't tow nobody that's inside the rig. So what did they do? Dirty-handed, grabbed her right out of the entrance of her door and put her down so they could legally tow her RV. If that's not 100 punches in anybody's stomach, then nobody has a heart and soul.
Isn't it interesting that the first person they arrested was the only black person who's been housed here? And she was part of the original 15 that were in the safe parking program. She was also speaking out quite a bit beforehand. So maybe they decided to arrest her because she was speaking out. Maybe there was even a more insidious reason.
All I know is it was dirty because they knew that legally they cannot tow somebody in their RV while they're inside. And then when she's stepping into her home, they decided to take her out. I think I think she should fight if she had her feet in her home before it was hooked on to the trailer. I think we ought to go legal with this. Oh,
she'd already told them not to pump her.
So yeah, right. Don't touch her rig for any reason. That was the point of that. You've been working with the county quite often, the Coalition of Homeless Service Providers, and Glorietta rolling with the county. How would you grade them for this whole experience from start to finish since you ever met them, getting services and
-8.
-8. -8. Not a -10, but a -8.
A -8 because there are some people in the coalition that have a heart, so I'm considering them, and I appreciate them. But my main beef is with the supervisors in the state of California. Lower your cost of living.
Okay, cool.
And then there's gonna be security.
And how do you get access to it?
They have, like on the ticket, they have a number that'll be called, and then they can call the number so that they can open up so they can get their stuff, and there'll be security here as well.
So is it a window of hours or just as needed during operating hours?
I would just suggest they call the number.
All right. Yeah. So they get a band and you'll give them a page with all the info. Because if it's right here, the dude might do it. So I'll try asking right now.
Oh my God, one of the mechanics, I'm serious, he was the one I really had respect for from the beginning. I knew he had a heart and soul, but he really came through to prove it to me. He bought one of our own people. He gave her his RV. Gave her, because she would have been on the streets
unprotected.
Alone.
And he said no, he can't do that within his conscience. He couldn't do that. So he surrendered his RV to her. And then when it got here, we all gathered around.
It was
like
so amazing. It was so amazing. I'm in my van and I'm pulling everything out because my van just broke down and I'm getting ready to go what I think is back onto the street, and I see something I don't recognize, the RV, and then everyone starts screaming and hollering, and I know in my heart that it's it, and he tells me it's mine, and everyone's just hooting and hollering, and it's still surreal. I still cannot believe it. Everything works. The bathroom works. The sink works. Everything works. It's all clean. It's not somebody else's. It's mine. And thank you, Des. I love you and appreciate you so much, and all the hard work to everybody. Wes, Becky, yourself, and everybody. Thank you so much. I'm blessed, and I just wish we could find a solution. Is the biggest thing.
Yeah, the mechanics were here all night.
And they're coming back.
And they're coming back.
And they got
And the mechanics, mind you, have been working at nighttime till early in the morning on their own without pay. They're doing the service on their own.
Wow, that's amazing. See, people are good, you know. People are compassionate. People want to help.
Man. We were a community.
When somebody's down on their luck, the natural instinct of humanity is to help someone who's down on their luck. But not Monterey County, apparently.
That's all they want is out here.
Apparently, they have a lot of money to clean up the public nuisance rather than aiding the people who need help, obviously need help. I mean, that's how I feel. Whenever I see a homeless person on the street or sleeping in their car, I just go automatically. That person needs help. They're not doing well. They need help. Now maybe they're some rugged individualist and they don't really want you helping. But you know, you say, hey man, how's it going? And you start a dialogue. You find out. You find out why that homeless person was in front of your store or your home or something. You find out. Because they're your responsibility then.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't.
At least in God's eyes they are. That's how I feel. You know, we all have to meet our maker someday. And then we have to count up all of our good deeds and our bad deeds. And all of the crew here that were hired to do this evil task are going to have to face their maker. Hey, here he is, Mr. Mobile Repair.
Right on.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
No, but it's okay. I have you guys' phone number. So
what if we get pulled over?
Yeah.
Roxanne said, don't take us.
Please. We're trying to send letters to all the police departments saying just for give us a month. Because what we learned very quickly, registering these things are very complicated.
We give 90 days.
People are so far behind and they need the steps to go before. You need insurance, you need the smog situation. We're
So those both are set over there? Those you're talking about over here? Oh, two down, one to go. Man, appreciate it. Thank you.
Steve watches these.
Just stand down for a minute. We're working on it. We're
I mean,
aware.
pull this over, how big an hour from
here?
Right now at 145?
Yeah. I think if there was a way that you could give some kind of ID number, you know, like participant ID or something.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because we need some kind of immunity from sweeps.
The roster.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. One task at a time,
Watch
y'all.
out! Watch out!
I'm gonna go try to find Glorietta to get a list of the police chiefs.
You notice how now they have to discuss everything in private. I thought they were working for the public. What happened? Why they got to be so private?
Because of secrets.
Well, good. I'm glad he's getting it moved. Almost thought we were gonna have a repeat.
Yeah, he's doing help for everybody. He's already told one person. That's the second person here, and they're breaking up this community.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so much.
Even neighborhoods are not this net tight.
Well, most people are bound by money.
Yeah.
not by friendship, not by relationship.
It's also what things look like.
Oh yeah.
The visual,
Well,
the
I mean,
curb appeal.
well, what kind of message would the county be sending if they actually cared about you and relocated you and validated you? What kind of message would that be sending?
If we actually helped homeless people, then all the homeless from all over would come here and mob
Yeah,
our
yeah. We don't want to be a magnet.
Yeah.
We treat everybody like garbage. We need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, you treat them like garbage, and then that's how you keep it safe from more people coming.
Yeah, you know those vicious jokes the cops say all the time, dude. They're real. They really are real.
Okay.
I know it's
I hope, yeah, you don't fall asleep tonight. I hope you toss and turn all night worrying about these folks. I wish you would. I wish you would repent. Repent!
If I die,
Gotta get this one out. Oh, wow. Taking this one out. And this one. They were clear.
Josh's dog.
Come on, Bella.
Come in.
Did they have power on it? Is it? Yeah.
What I'm going through right now is disgusting. It's all mildew that grows all going through. I didn't even know he had, but I got
Wait, what?
saved it to him. You know, that's what I'm going through.
You need a spotter?
But I'm good.
All right.
I got it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Sure.
I saw it. They started to barricade the front. See that? Right there. I think they're trying to I don't know what they're doing, but I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, they're going to erect a fence around the whole thing. Yes. Yeah. That's definitely their duty right now, and you see it coming up.
You want to start the panels there or on the other side of the mandate?
Well, we need a panel here too. This one's wide open.
Oh, is it?
So we have to put, this is 13 feet. The panels are 12, huh? Yeah. So, no, these are 10. They're 10? So you have to double this one. Okay, yeah. And then we're doing a walk gate there. And there's
oh, yeah, because the gates are going to be.
Yeah. But you can go ahead and close all this today. I'll be here Monday to 12 gate and I'll move this panel. So
what we were going to try to do is run the panels right on the inside of this curb, but it looks like we still got a couple units in the way there. So we might just have to go on the outside of the curb, and I'll have to have you guys come back over.
Jonathan? What? He said, what? I got it. Where'd he go? Where's Jason?
There you go.
Go that way. To your right. To your right.
Oh my God.
Oi.
Little country, right here? Huh? Little country?
I wish I could feel happy about this.
I wish I could too.
all you'd have to do is
this one here, we kind of need your help on this.
Okay, so yeah, so he can back up to this guy right here and go to there. Right. There's the. I'll do it. I'll get that. All right. The tags on the rate was still.
Saying goodbye to my buddy.
Where's the tires? Right on.
These guys. There you go. Straighten up. Straighten up. There you go. You got it. Take your time. Slow down.
Sideways. That's me straight on. I'm not doing that,
You know what I would love is for somebody to actually have like experience.
It's like being in a ghost town. It's like they went in and tore up a whole community town. And I'm standing here and all I could do is feel every loss of every person out here. And I just can't understand why they could do this, to just disregard a human right to live their life. I'm sad just looking at this. It's a ghost town. This is a ghost town. But it was a tight community. We cared for each other. We helped each other. My sad thing is that I don't know if I'm going to be able to see any of them, because I don't know how many of them are going to make it through the holidays, through the winter cold. I don't know how many of them are going to have their homes taken down the road. I'm afraid I'm not going to see my community again. And yes, I call it my community, because there's us single women like myself out here that when you're parked alone somewhere, you don't sleep. Every sound, you get up. But when you're in a community like this, you feel safe. You can at least get 2 or 3 hours of sleep, depending on your health, like me. They took us apart so that we cannot fight united. But that's okay. Because you see, when my grandfather named me Wildfire, he knew what my future was going to be. And my future, my purpose right now, is to fight for every homeless person out there. And if we could win this battle, and it's going to take a long time to win this battle, but if we win this battle, that means we're saving your kids from being homeless and your grandkids from being homeless. Please show some compassion.